What's good, everybody? What's good, Sean? Cole?
Nah, what a masterpiece of a film.
I felt robbed watching this movie. I kept my expectations very low. Walked out very disappointed.
Well, look, at least it's on par with like the first Transformers. Even though that was still
The
kind of
first one's
bad
good.
as well.
This is at least better than all the bad ones. This is better than all the bad ones. Now, if I had to rank it, the first and third one is the only ones that I think are good. Two is like two's a different for me because that's my first theater experience. But that movie was affected by the writer's strike, but even then, the script is still not good. 4, I like the arc of Optimus Prime as a character, but it felt like a weird soft reboot. And 5 was totally disconnected from all the previous ones and retconned so much stuff. I was like, okay. But 2, 4, and 5 are the worst for me. 1 and 3 actually felt completed. But other than that, in the original movie from the 80s. The best 3 is 1, 3 in the original movie from the 80s. And then,
this franchise
and then this
makes
movie,
Fast and Furious look good.
I mean, this movie, it's the 4th best, but it's not saying much because there's already so many bad ones. But it's like, it's 4th best. I don't think it's anything better than the first 3. Well, the first 1 and 3, because I think even with Michael Bay directing, the first movie had, for one, a better score, better character development for Optimus Prime, just better character moments. I would say better acting too. Like Shia LaBeouf, however people feel about him, he was a way better lead character than the guy we got stuck with in this movie, who I thought was very useless to the plot. He didn't even need to be in the movie. The only human character that needed to be in the movie was Dominique Fishback's character, because she was far more important than what was the guy? Noah, the main character. He did not need to be in this film at all. He was totally forced in. Dominique Fishback's character felt like some character more organic that made sense to be here. Noah's character did not make any sense to be here. He did not need to be here. He was totally forced in. There's no reason he should have been taken to Optimus Prime at all.
Yeah,
like no reason.
There really was none.
Like, that's my thing. It was no reason to take him. There was no reason for the Mirage to let him inside of the car at all. Like, I was like, why'd you let him in? And we saw he can easily kick him out. So why'd you let him in? Why'd you just kick him out and then leave? That is, to me, is forced in. Dominique Fishback's character, even though I don't like either of the human characters, she would have worked better as a protagonist than Noah. I think they should have just done one human character. It was bad enough that you're giving me this story about Noah. This guy, he's ex-military. He's trying to take care of his brother and his mother. I did like the relationship between him and his brother to some extent. His brother has sickle cell anemia. And they're struggling with paying for his medical bills and all that, and trying to get him the care he needs. But other than that, I don't care, because Shia LaBeouf's character, to me, was far more. If you needed a protagonist to get us attached to, Shia LaBeouf's character to me was far more relatable. He felt like an underdog, and also he had a reason to be there, right? Due to the glasses in the first movie, he had a reason to be there. Noah didn't. And he overstayed his welcome. He got more screen time than all the Transformers in the movie. He got more screen time than all the Maximals, and that shit is annoying. These are about the Transformers. I want to see the Transformers. I don't want to see Noah. I don't want to see whatever Dominique. Like, these are Transformers movies. and this problem is going to be continuous. All the live action movies moving forward are going to be like this. They even did it with Bumblebee. There's going to be humans leading, Transformers as the side characters, even though what's the plot of the movie has everything to do with the Transformers, and somehow they get relegated to a supporting character for the human character, which
Well,
is
would you say that Sonic has a similar issue, or no?
no. Because to me, okay, in Sonic 2, all the stuff the humans was doing, I felt the Transformers should have been doing. We when we get to spoilers, we'll talk about it. But in Sonic, right? Yeah, they had human characters in them, but the humans did not resolve the issue for Sonic. They didn't, like in Sonic 2, when he was going around looking for the Master Emerald. It was Sonic and his friends who found the Master Emerald. It wasn't Tom and Maddie. And when they had to defeat Eggman, it was Sonic who defeated Eggman and his friends. It wasn't Tom and Maddie and the humans. They was there, but they was exactly side characters. Sonic was the main character and did what the main character is supposed to do throughout the story, and it still revolved around him. This movie, like, there's crucial points in the movie that should have been dedicated to the Autobots doing it, and the humans are taking care of it. Hell, we're gonna talk about it because I have the scene. The scene where Optimus gets help. You know what I'm talking about. And the guy pulls him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shit like that kind of frustrated me. But look, let me say some good things. Let me get some good things out the way. Liza Koshy as RC, I was thoroughly shocked. She said she did some pretty good voice acting because I couldn't recognize her. Liza Koshy as RC, even though RC didn't really do a lot. There were some scenes from RC in the trailer that was cut, but Liza Koshy as RC, pretty good voice acting. The Transformers visually, they all looked good. I don't think, well, Wheeljack, he looked horrible. But other than that, visually, they looked on point. The action was good, but they showed too much of the action in the trailer. Same thing with the Batman, how they showed too much of the action in the trailer. And when you finally watch the movie, because I thought it was going to be a little bit more, but sadly it wasn't. They showed all the action.
Yeah, I was really disappointed with that.
Well, they showed majority of the action set pieces in the trailers, and they released a 1 minute clip of the final battle, and I was like, ugh, you kind of showed majority of the action. The villain Scourge, I don't know how you felt about him, Cole, but I thought he was fine. You know, I liked him. I liked Peter Dinklage as Scourge. I thought he was pretty cool. How'd you feel about the villain?
He was okay, I guess. I didn't really like him too much, but it's not the actor's fault. But yeah, it's okay, I guess. Yeah, but voice acting though, I did really enjoy, and yeah, human characters. You're right, though, didn't really belong much. They didn't do like a bad job, but yeah, they just didn't really belong in like most scenes. Some cool scenes with them though. Yeah, I was hoping for more action. CGI is good, although there were moments where it kind of felt like for some reason they weren't like touching the ground. It was a little weird. And
yeah, I'm gonna talk about the CGI because I feel the visual effects of Transformers in the Bay movies looked like they looked a lot more real. It's not to say these designs are bad, but there's some moments where it kind of looks a little bit too cartoony.
Yeah, like toys. But I think they did that because I thought the reason they did that was to get like easier, like cooler, like action scenes. Have them do certain stuff that they did in the Michael Bay film. So I was okay with it not being as realistic looking from the Michael Bay films, which was like one of the only positives in those films. But they didn't really.
Well, because they did say they used a lot of like they filmed on set for a lot of these scenes, right? And you can see it in some of them. You know that they actually did film on set. Now, let me just bring up this for an example because I have a picture of it up here.
Yeah, I also agree with you there, though. The music and the sound design was definitely a downgrade.
Like, this is Prime from the Bay movies, and this is Prime from it. When they got to Peru, some of the green screen was looking kind of like it. That's why kind of looked like green screen. It could have been on set, but some of the backgrounds looked weird and stuff. But in the Bay movies, it feels like they're actually there in the world. Like they just look a lot more real compared to this. They didn't look bad. Like Optimus did not look bad. It was just a little issue. That's just one of my few little issues. That's just a little issue.
You know why it's like that, though, right?
Why?
Because abuse CGI workers these days. This is what it's always going to look like. Older films like that are going to look a bit better, more realistic, because the visual effects artists had more time and put more detail into it, and we're also good with like the lighting as well. With those
it's the lighting that really helped.
Again, though, I was okay with going into this how it looked in the trailer, so because I thought they would substitute it with like more like easier action bits, like in the cartoon show, and that's why they transformed into that direction with the visual effects. But then they didn't really, and that fucking ended. My jaw dropped in all the bad ways.
And I want to talk about the spoilers when more humans coming. More humans coming. Out of all the things they wanted to cross over with, they picked that franchise. Hasbro has better toy. God.
Yeah, I would have picked Fast and Furious. So legit, I'm serious now.
I'm honest. I would have probably picked Fast and Furious, but we're not gonna say who they picked to do that with.
Yeah, no, I think it's cool to do that, and with like others, I think it makes sense actually, especially during the time with those cartoons. Well, not to spoil, I guess but it makes sense with like the time frame that they were in and all that. But I feel like they should have done it.
That's why.
They should have done it with that. That would have been a great one as well. Like again, in my opinion, what they should have done was, I'm okay with doing what they did. They should have just waited, though. They should have waited longer.
They didn't need to say it just yet, because then next movie, I'm wondering.
And like this felt like kind of like their first, this is like their first film away from Michael Bay. Why would you already start doing it?
Yeah. That stuff you guys start building up in like at least the second movie, or like once you get yourself solidified enough again, then down the line you start to set that up. But this early, because this is technically to me the first Transformers movie of this universe. I don't really count Bumblebee. Because Bumblebee was a solo movie. This was the official Transformers 1 of this universe, and then it's just really set up.
And I agree. They really should have done that instead to start and then bring them in later. But
what's your problem with this?
Also, no spoilers there, man.
Yeah, first is spoiler free, then spoilers after.
Oh, okay.
Humans took up majority of the character development from Transformers again. Plot was okay at best. They showed a lot of the action in the trailer.
I haven't seen the trailers because I don't even want to watch this movie. So
I thought you watched the movie.
No, I didn't want to watch the movie.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. The reason DM's talking about it, I was like, was he just arguing with me to argue with me?
Yeah, just to piss you off. No, but I saw it on on television this morning.
I wish I'd seen it on television like
it. So I might as well just watch it so I can say my 50 cents on the whole thing. But it's just that I don't think you can make a good Transformers movie. I really don't. So this is about
you can. It's called the first one, and that's it.
The first one was rubbish, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. I've seen the first one. It was terrible. You think that was good?
Yes.
That was goofy as shit, man. I'll have to watch it again. But
this movie was more one. This movie was more goofy than the first one.
Yeah,
the first.
No, I agree with Nerb. The first and the third, and they might have been the best in this franchise so far, but I still wouldn't consider them good.
I mean, look, if I'm looking at what's the better written of it, it's 1 and 3, but I'm looking at what's the best Transformers movie that we got in, it's only just 1. And then you count the 80s movie. I
still wouldn't really count them good,
and the first live action one.
They were decent to below average. They were fine, but I wouldn't consider them good still.
That first one, that first one took over 2007. That was next level shit.
the whole reason of making these movies. There can be nobody who has a real passion for cars that turn
Yeah.
into robots. You can't
It's for
really.
toys.
It's a toy set. That's what I'm saying. It's a. It's
What?
a.
Yeah. Just
But
like
the
Pokemon.
first movie. Look, let me just show you. Let me
I
show
don't
you.
really have a great Transformers movie, and as far as I'm concerned, this one was actually quite entertaining given the premises about like
Yeah.
I thought the
Look,
main play as well was quite charming. And the thing with his brother kind of tracked. I liked the who was the one who turned into a Porsche. He was funny.
Mirage,
Mm.
Pete Davidson. I like.
Yeah.
Look, I like Mirage. I like Pete Davidson. I
Was
didn't
that
like that bullshit they did in the final act.
Yeah. That was the one I didn't like in this
That
film.
shit
The
was
one
so
voice
fucking
actor.
stupid. I wanted to like,
Yeah, but
but
because of how bad the franchise kind of is, this is like definitely top 3 for me.
yeah, like for me, if I rank the Transformers movies, the 86 movie, the 86 movie, the movie from the 80s, the first one.
I wouldn't really count that.
You mean as the cartoon?
Yeah, I'm like the
Yeah,
Transformers movies in general
of
because it's
course, the
really
cartoon is
only
better.
What were you saying, K Dots? What finish your point? So
so,
the
so
movie
out
from
of the movie from the 80s,
yeah.
Transformers 1 and 3 to me are the only like good Transformers movies. And then Rise of the Beast to me is like 4. So that's it. These like 4 Transformers movies that I think are good, and the rest is to me
And
is shit.
I might. You mean the Michael Bay ones?
Yeah. The original animated one, the first Michael Bay one, and the third Michael Bay one, then Rise of the Beast to me is like 4. Rise of the Beast to me is better than all
You
the
think
like
the third's
extremely
good?
bad ones. Yeah. Please wait.
I mean, it's for the live action ones. It's definitely top 3. But God, there were a lot of issues with it. If you might not remember.
I'm not disputing. Yeah, I'm not disputing the issues because the issues of 3 follow up from 2, which already had its issues with the writer strike and the writers, all that shit. Like I think, look, for me, if the writer strike didn't happen, 2 would have been a lot better because they was literally writing the script as they was filming it. I don't know how they was doing it, but they was doing it and shit.
Wait a second. Can you put up a screen of these Transformers movies? Because
Yeah.
I'm sure. I don't want you to finesse me right now. I know I've seen the first one, which was
Wait, just the live action ones or all of them? Because they're
that was the one that had what's his name? The guy who plays in the Batman, the gangster.
John Turturro. Yeah, first movie 2007.
That's
John
the one
Turturro.
with John Turturro, and his worst performance in any film in film history is in that movie.
He was actually one of the better characters, and he was funny as shit. Don't hate on John Turturro, man. He was.
I'm not hating on him, but that was his worst performance in the movie because he's a fantastic actor. He is a fantastic actor. Trust me, that was his worst performance in the movie. I was surprised. I was shocked.
Yeah.
But
who again?
He was funny. He was funny as shit. John Turturro. Yeah, I'm not saying it was his best performance.
Yeah.
As far as a character in this franchise, like I said, I don't like the human characters like that. There's only 2 human characters I like: Shia LaBeouf and John Turturro in these movies. Those are the only 2 human characters I like.
I mean, he was kind of it wasn't his fault, but his character was garbage in the film. But it was kind of hilarious watching him.
Well, first movie his character was good. 2 and 3 he was just relegated to comedic, just a comedic character. First movie he was actually
the amount of fucking product placements with his character. Holy fuck.
okay, so let me put that bit. Why is your screen so small, bro?
Damn it, Nerdman. See, Nerdman needs glasses. All right, I just zoomed it in. So
No,
these are all the live action movies right now. These are the live actions.
And you think Dark Side of the Moon? Is that Dark Side of the Moon? Yeah.
Dark Moon.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I haven't seen that one. I'll be honest. I don't
like
think...
when you watch. To me, 1 and 3 are more cinematic than Rise of the Beast. Rise of the Beast to me, and I'm telling, like Bumblebee, for example, Bumblebee was nothing but references, like 90s references. Everything he said, 90s reference, 90s reference, 90s reference. He was like literally product placement for the 90s.
Yeah.
The whole movie. like he was nothing
Yeah,
but product
with
placement.
Bumblebee.
Yeah, but like the point is that first Transformers movie, I can't trust you that the dark side. You're saying the first one was the best one, right?
Yes, the first one is the best one.
And you're saying that
The second one sucks. The fourth one sucks. The fifth one sucks.
inferior to the first one, and that makes me worry about that movie because the first one isn't like it is terrible in terms of like just how unbelievable the characters are. The
Okay,
writers,
let me show us. Let me
none
show
of
us
them are acting like human, or speaking like human beings in that fucking film.
Look,
You
let
know,
me
and
real quick.
I'll just one last thing.
Go ahead.
There, I actually don't care about human characters. Whereas in The Rise of the Beast, as much as I was like, yeah, I'm here for the robots, I actually somewhat cared for the human, the one human character with his little brother. The first one, I didn't care about any of them.
What's up, guys?
What up, Onzo?
I gotta come in and say this, K-Dot. You talking a lot of dookie. You say Sam Wiki is better than the human characters in this movie?
Yes.
You are out of your mind.
Because for one, Noah had no reason to be here. Dominique Fishback, she should have been the protagonist, just her, not Noah. Noah had no valid reason to be in this movie at all. To be with the Transformers.
To save the world so his brother wouldn't die.
Like, what are we talking about here?
Dominique Fishback, Sam Witwicky had reasons to be with the Transformers and help them out in the movie.
Why? Because of the stupid glasses?
Yes.
He didn't have to do anything with the glasses. He could have just gave him the glasses. He didn't have to be there.
But him and Bumblebee already got with him. They built their little bond together, and they was already tied at that point for him to stick with them. They also had to protect him from the Decepticons because they was hunting him down too to get those glasses with the coordinates on.
You see, in this movie, they needed Noah, right? Because he was the only. Yes, they did. He was the only one that was able to go into the museum and get the piece.
Okay, so wait. Noah just meets some Noah randomly meets some aliens out of nowhere, and he just wants to steal this stuff for them for like what?
To save the world?
No. What
are we talking about here?
No. Mirage told him. Mirage was their offer was money. Mirage was like, you can sell me to somebody, and you'll get money if you help us.
Yeah, they're going for his brother.
Yeah, and he needed that money for his brother, so it completely tracks.
No,
and I actually cared about him because he was trying to like job to save his brother and all.
And let's be real. Like out of all the human characters in every Transformer movie, these two were the realest. Sam Witwicky was goofy and stupid. His parents were dumb. Mark Wahlberg was a garbage. Freaking!
I don't like Mark Wahlberg. I don't like.
And then you have the girl in Bumblebee, which was even worse.
I don't like Bumblebee either. That girl in Bumblebee is trash too.
I'm gonna go one further. This is the best human characters I've ever seen in one of those movies where you're just like, why are human characters in this?
I agree.
Like, Godzilla versus Kong or Godzilla or any of those movies. I'm always like the humans are totally in the way and they're preposterous. This one, I actually didn't mind them. I'm not like I loved them or anything.
Exactly.
All right, at least they're giving them some kind of sensible and emotional reason for you to care about them, right?
And they weren't silly. Sam Witwicky was fucking silly, bro. Like the Shia LaBeouf character in those movies, it was just like, oh my god, like really, you know what I mean? It was just like these. At least they had a realism to them. And let's not talk about how fire the soundtrack was.
Oh yeah, the soundtrack.
You know what I mean? The soundtrack was fire. I'm with you, Havoc. This is the best Transformer movie out of all of them. Out of every single Transformer movie, this is the best one.
I mean, I don't know because I haven't seen all of them. I've only seen maybe number one. I didn't see Bumblebee. I hear different people say different things. Some say it's trash. Some say it's okay. But I don't think this movie is great. I'm not trying to go on like
No, it's not. Yeah, it's great. It's for a Transformer movie. It's the best
for a
one.
Transformers movie. I have to say I was entertained. You know, it wasn't like I was like, oh, you know, I've got to switch this off because it's.
Oh yeah, all them jokes in this movie too, flat. They
Not
need
necessarily.
they
No,
need to get better comedians. So they need to get
no,
actual comedians to write this stuff.
No, the jokes were funny. Where he said the brother, he said, "What's the what did he say? What's the something?" And the brother said, "Bros before hoes." That shit was funny. That was funny.
I mean, I didn't really laugh, but did I really laugh in any of the other ones? No. So
You are the closest to laughing in this one, is what.
Yeah.
I'll say this: I thought the relationship between him and the Porsche character Mirage, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was quite fun. And then, you know, like the he had some funny lines with the, you know, when he goes, he's all excited about flying to, was it Argentina or something like that? And then it ends up that it's some rickety old transformer that's going to fly him, and he's like, I'm going to walk. You know, like
that I didn't like. That I didn't like.
Oh, and then the Maximals, they got no development aside from Optimus Primal and Air Razor. Rhinox and Cheetor was trash.
Well, they didn't do nothing. So
Cheetor said like one word, 2 words the whole movie. Then Rhinox said nothing, and all the development that was supposed to go to the Maximals and the Transformers went to the humans.
I agree with you on that one. They underused the Maximals. I agree with that one. That I agree with. But
I didn't notice it while I was watching the film, but you're right. They didn't like
and look, I'm saying that's my exact problem, and this is the same problem they're going to keep doing this for all these live action movies. They keep making humans first. They have to lead the story. They have to have the most impactful moments happen to them, and then Transformers is just there to say some one-liners and do the action, and that's it.
You got the story of some of the Transformers, to be fair, in this movie. Like it wasn't like the Transformers weren't without a story or weren't without kind of character.
Yeah, I'm not saying they wasn't. I mean, the plot did revolve around the Transformers and what they had to do, but you can still have them lead it. Because because the only times Transformers really got to lead their own franchise is just the animated stuff, the video games, and comics. That's it. Like in the animated show, they have human characters, but they are absolutely side characters to the highest degree. In the first episode of Transformers Prime,
ever that tight though? That's what I don't understand. I remember them being cool toys, but I don't remember the cartoon even being that tight.
What are you talking about?
I'm not just talking about the first cartoon. I'm talking about all the cartoons. All the cartoons I've seen. It's about the Transformers. It's not about the humans.
Were they tight?
Humans, but it's still about them. They lead the story.
Like I remember, you know, like from my childhood, like things like the X-Men, like He-Man. I don't think you could make a good film about that. Like I honestly don't. Like
I mean, you can.
Yes, you can.
Thundercat's better than He-Man. He-Man whack.
You're out of your mind,
I do agree, but
Thundercats over He-Man.
It's difficult. It's like to make like also. I think you mean like make an amazing Transformers film. Yeah, that's like a 0.1% chance. You need to have just pure luck, like the Lego Movie, or you need to take it in a completely different direction to the point where it's not.
You don't need to have pure luck.
But no, you can make a good one though. Like they proved it. There were really good moments in the first and the third and such. So you just do that the whole way through instead of the stupid
first
stuff.
one was garbage. What are we talking about here? The first Transformers.
No, it had good moments.
Wait.
The first Transformers movies had.
Let me show everybody
when they first came on the planet.
The second one had better moments than the first one.
Also, the second one is worse than the first. That was
it had better moments. It had better moments. The fight scenes in the second one were way better than.
I agree. One. Fight scenes second better, but first one way better story.
But wait a second.
Actually completed.
No. The first story
and the plot was better. The plot was better. The second movie,
absolutely not.
That plot, look, no. Because so the second movie, that plot falls apart because it says in the movie. Only a prime can defeat the villain, and then only a prime can defeat the villain, and then Megatron defeats the prime, and it's like, Why is Megatron working for a dude?
Megatron doesn't defeat him.
No,
Prime
he
helps Prime, but Prime kills him.
No. Remember Megatron killed Optimus, but Optimus, a Prime, is the only one that can kill the Fallen. And Megatron kills Prime, and we know Megatron does not like working for people willingly. He wants something out of it. And there's no way Megatron gonna work for this Fallen dude, knowing that he can beat up the thing that is supposed to kill him.
But Megatron wasn't working with the Fallen.
He was working under him. He was his master. The Fallen was his master.
Oh, I gotta go back. I don't remember that. I just remember
Megatron was working under the Fallen.
Let me tell you again, going back to what Cole said and what I said like earlier, the fundamental problem with a Transformers movie is that it is a fucking cartoon there to sell toys. As long as that is the
just
premise
like Pokemon
of the film, you're not going to get interesting filmmakers who really want to say something or do something with the Transformers that's spectacular. Working on it, it's a toy commercial.
Okay, but what do you guys are expecting? You guys expecting some fucking movie that's gonna have some depth to it and have all? It's a Transformers movie.
No, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm saying for a Transformers movie, this one was pretty damn good.
Yeah, but you don't.
All right. Let me
hold on. One more thing, Keda. You don't need to have that kind of depth in a Transformer movie to make the movie good, right? Their biggest mistake, and it'll be through all of the Transformer movies, is they focus on the humans too much. I agree with K-Dot on that 100%. You don't need the humans. That opening scene. Hold on. That opening scene was the best opening scene in any Transformer movie, but then it gets dragged down because you go into
I'm not disagreeing, Anzo, but I think I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah.
Well,
no.
I have to correct myself. No, Bumblebee had the best opening scene in any Transformer movie. Bumblebee did.
Okay.
Bumblebee had original G1 Transformers, and that too is another mistake. You need to make these Transformers look like the G1 characters. You have fucking Wheeljack in there, and he didn't even look like Wheeljack. I'm like, what is this? Like, that's not Wheeljack.
Okay. And Anzo, I'm glad you brought it up real quick. And this is a little bit of my other issues with this in general. With this movie, they're trying to get away from the Michael Bay franchise, which is fine. Do what you got to do, because all those movies ain't that good either. But they still decide to keep the Michael Bay things. They don't want to give Bumblebee a voice. They still have him look like Bumblebee from the first movie. He has the same car mode. And when the movie ended, they literally played the same score from Transformers 1 in the third act of this movie.
It's connected.
It's wrong, but it's like
they're still connected to the Michael Bay movies, though. You know that, right?
So that's why. I thought that was the point of these movies and stuff, to get away from the Michael Bay.
No. They're doing it.
That's what everybody been wanting. Get away from Michael Bay.
They retconned Unicron, but they're still sticking to some of the things with the Michael Bay. Because if you listen to the way they talk about Prime being different in this movie, but you see that he gets that development that he has in the Michael Bay movies.
Yeah, so they're not going to fully move away from him, because this film made shitloads of money.
Can I get to one of your criticisms, which is that you're saying that there's too many humans, and I agree with you. Like, the human stories are often quite mundane and take away from the kind of Transformers action. But are we not? Is the Transformers movies, because maybe I don't know, how were Transformers in the cartoons and stuff? Were they not on Earth? Were they on
it was on Earth, but
the human characters weren't weren't as it was more about the Transformers than the humans. The humans were the secondary characters.
Okay, right? So what would happen in another, like they're battling over what?
Energon.
Energon.
It's gotta have human characters, right?
What's that?
If it's on Earth, it's gotta have human characters, right?
Yes, it does. But the human characters are secondary. Like, they're like plot devices, basically, right? So the only human character that really has, and they changed it in the second season, but it was Spike. Spike was Bumblebee. He was the one who found Bumblebee, and him and Bumblebee were always together. And then they brought in Sparkplug, which was his father, and then he had a girlfriend, and I can't remember her name right now. But those were the three human characters that were constantly in Transformers.
And
But
what
they
were
were all
They were side characters. Like with this movie, with this movie, Rise of the Beast, the whole first like trying to set up Noah. Like I'll be honest, we didn't need all that setup. They could have they gave Noah too much screen time, showing us that, and then that we run into that black dude talking about, you know, my chi, you messing up my chi and my chakra. I'm like, come on, dude.
That was funny. That was funny.
Yeah,
that was funny.
But at screen time, like I said, could have went to Maximals, Transformers, because the Maximals don't get developed.
You see, here's one of the problems that I have, right? And as I watched it again, I'm like, yeah, they don't really, because Optimus Primal says, oh, you know, Optimus Prime isn't who he thought he was, but they don't give us any history of the Maximals. So, for example, in Beast Wars, the Maximals, when they came to Earth, they hid in the past, but they were from the future, right? So they all the things that happened in G1 and everything that already happened. And then when they went into the past, when they got on Earth, that was when the arc where the original Transformers were still crashed into Earth. Because in the first one, they're crashed into Earth and they're pretty much dead. Yeah, stasis for like millions of years. So when the Maximals get to Earth, they show that, oh my gosh, here's the arc, here's the old Transformers, and they're all still in stasis, right? In this one, you don't know how Primal knows anything about Prime. Like, how do you know about Prime? Like, are you from the future or are you from here? They don't explain none of that. So that was an issue I had.
Yeah, because at the beginning, and I agree, I like the opening too. The opening was good. Scourge, he was a villain. He wasn't bad. He was cool. Scourge, the way Unicron was like, you know, like Unicron made sense. It's gonna take a long time for him to find the Maximals and stuff. And I thought they was about to play into the time travel stuff, but they really didn't. They just teleported away from the planet, and you're not sure if they're time traveling or not. But the movie should have definitely talked about that,
because they're not even on Cybertron at the beginning of the movie.
Right, they're on a totally different planet.
Right, so I'm like, okay.
Because in this movie, Optimus gets to Earth in the 80s. He's not on Earth before this. He's never been to Earth. He gets Earth in the 80s when Bumblebee gets there, and he's been here for about 7 years. And it's like
the Transformers movie, just to see what you're talking about, see if it is actually any good. But
it's like the first.
Because I know we want to get into the spoilers. I want to get into spoilers too. Let me just look. I need to show one scene from the first movie, and because I'm telling y'all, there's no scene with Optimus Prime in this movie that matches the dialogue in this scene right here. I'm sorry.
Can I say one thing before?
Yeah,
this
go
is
ahead.
like Little Mermaid to me. I don't understand the outrage about it. Like, you're genuinely into the Transformers.
Yes.
I'm not trying to be like funny or anything, but like you just.
This is not Little Mermaid, Nerved. This is Transformers.
Yeah.
We all grew up.
It's so weird to me though. Like it's like.
But what's weird?
A cool toy when you were a kid or whatever, but like it's the Transformers. Like
Transformers was holding it down. Transformers was like it was up the Power Rangers, Thundercats, all that.
You see, this is some UK bullshit, right? That's exactly what it is. They don't know about the Transformers and how
I never
popular
understood
the Transformers were. Well, you're a fake Canadian anyway. So
come on. Oh no, I'm in the best part of Canada. Like no, I never listen, I watched Transformers and like Power Rangers and such when I was like younger, when I was like forced to when I was like 4, but outside of that, like I didn't because I don't get the basically because I was, you know, they just parents just like moved me basically. But
wait,
hold on. They would buy
this. What was your what TV show did you watch? Because I watched multiple Transformers TV shows. I seen the anime series, Prime, the G1 show, and then those anime ones. If Anzo remember them in the early 2000s,
Oh, the anime one's really good.
No.
Yeah. Well, I look back at them. They're not what I remember it. They're not bad, but they're not. The American cartoons are better than the anime.
Look, basically,
it was the 80s
animated. There are a bunch of animated shows that I have some nostalgia for because I watched as a kid. But I look back at them and I realize they weren't really that great. And I kind of feel like Transformers falls under that. But maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Because I've never gone back and watched the Transformers. Like I went back.
For me, Yu-Gi-Oh!
I went
falls
back
under that.
I mean, there's actually a new show on Netflix that's really good.
But then there are animated shows that are genuinely good that stand the test of time. You know, a lot of the superhero ones are actually very, very good because they were based on
but you're right. But
like,
you're talking about, but Nerdman, you're talking about stuff that came out like in the 2000s, early 1990s, compared to something that came out in the 80s. Right? The 80s, the 80s would have a different kind of style to it, right? More kiddie. So
exactly,
but they were still good.
I don't think they were, though, bro. Like,
but that's you that don't think they were.
Ones.
They were. What are we talking about here?
From the 90s,
way better ones in the 80s.
Then
I gotta look.
Hold on.
We did tournaments of the 80s cartoons, and they were way better.
And Transformers won.
Yeah, because you guys have like nostalgia for that.
It's not nostalgia.
No,
it's the
but
best one.
The shows are good. Like this show right here, Transformers Prime. I would totally recommend this to somebody. This was a really good Transformers show.
I haven't watched that one yet.
No, but the better ones from the 80s and 90s, the better ones from the 80s were like the comedy ones rather than the action ones that you look back on now. Like,
those are the worst ones now that they're doing. They're just a comedy one.
Honestly, the 90s really was when they started like not speaking down to children, and they started like having actually more intelligent storylines.
Yeah.
You know, like gargoyles and stuff like that. I think the 80s, as you said, it was for kids. They were really good for kids. Like, I'd show them to kids. I'd love to watch, like, you know, Thundercats again, like with a kid. So I can
it's
see
the same
through
thing
their
every
eyes.
Episode.
But it was, yeah, exactly. They were.
So I know you're gonna bring up that one, K-Dot, and the only good part was the last part.
Wait,
this one.
You mean? Oh, third chapter. I mean, second and third chapter was my favorites. I didn't really like the first.
Second one was okay, but the third one, where they tied in a lot of all the Beast Wars and everything, that was good. That one was really good.
And see, that's the thing. This Kingdom, that's what the movie should have been. That's what this Transformers movie should have been. It should have been Kingdom. If they was gonna do something like this, it should have been Kingdom. And I think it could have worked because the runtime of this movie, it was short enough for that type of plot to work. The movie was only an hour 34 or something minutes. It wasn't that long. And even with the short runtime, they, crammed humans in places where they shouldn't have been.
You can't copy and paste, but I agree with you. I don't understand.
Yeah, not copy and paste it, but the concept.
Right. I don't understand why they need to have these human characters in there so much like that, man. Because here, when you get past that first scene, instead of focusing on the human characters, you could have focused on the Maximals, and it showed, you know what I mean, how they know Prime and what happened to their planet and why they're on Earth and stuff like that. You could have showed all of that instead of focusing way too much on the human characters. But I will say this, I knew they were going to do that because they do it in all Transformers. I was just happy that I didn't hate these characters. I didn't hate them.
Why do you think the Transformers has lasted this long? Like, why is it as popular as it was in the 80s?
Toys.
Because
toys, the movies,
China.
The exposure, China too, but the exposure kept it alive. The toys, especially, because they've been making toys since the 80s,
the original,
and the toys are still. And then the movies, the live action movies, was selling even more toys, not just the movie version toys. But I remember I even got my it was an Optimus Prime Night Watch toy. And it was based off the movie one, but it was not in the movie.
Man, they have an Optimus Prime right now that fucking transforms by itself and shit. And if it wasn't a fucking $1,000, I would have copped that shit. I'm just not paying $1,000 for that.
Yeah,
but it's tight. So the toys, it's always been a popular IP. Back in the days, it was Transformers and it was GI Joe. Those were the two most popular cartoons.
And GI Joe is also.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Come on.
Hey, when we get to the spoilers, we're gonna talk about that shit because that's the wrong company to wrong brand to do that. Whatever.
No, it's not.
There's a better one.
No, it's not. No, there's not. That shit was perfect.
I got one that's way better.
There was ones that were very better, actually. There was one, I can't remember what it was called. It was like, it wasn't the Centurions. It was something about like these, it was like these knights, but they had technology and they had
Visionaries.
The Visionaries, that fucking shit. That was tight.
I
wish that was still
alright. That was alright.
Huh?
Visionaries was alright.
Transformers.
Visionaries was alright. You're talking about where they had the little staffs and you could turn into like animals.
Yeah, exactly.
And shit, right? Visionaries.
An animal and shit.
It's all right. Yeah, I just don't get it. Listen, for its time, it was good and it's still all right, like the shows and such. But there's, I just don't get the popularity for it. I'm not saying that it needs to be like. I mean, you can add depth. Like you can do it with like anything, add depth in it or anything. You can. It doesn't need to stick to like one thing. It doesn't need to be like one style. Like you can make it a great film if you really try out of like almost anything. But I'm not asking for that. I'm just saying like give me at least like more of the good moments, and then just do that throughout the entire film. Oh, thanks, W. Yeah, but anyway, they don't though. It's like they have sprinkles of it in each Transformers film, and then the rest of it is just like mediocrity to terrible. And I don't get it. It's like the action isn't even that good.
This movie was not terrible in any way.
It wasn't.
It really wasn't.
It was better than all the bad ones. I'll give it. It wasn't better than all the bad ones.
It wasn't. It was
better
decent,
than a lot of action movies I see. I'm telling you that much.
I've seen better action in Elysium.
Hey, Black Adam over Rise of the Beast.
No, but Elysium's a good movie. That's the poor comparison.
Finally, somebody else thinks.
I'm thinking about like the Expendables, like for instance, Expendables 2 or 3. Come on, man, this movie is like on the same level.
Yeah, well, those are terrible. So yeah,
no, they're not.
Expendables 1 way better than Rise of the Beast.
They're just getting all the old figures together, and then they don't do anything fun with them on. So that's Expendables.
What are you talking about? They did a lot of fun with them. What are we talking about here?
Barely anything, not enough.
Oh my god. Okay, whatever.
Didn't they have what's his name? He was destroying that tank with those two guns. I think it was Expendables 3 or 2.
I don't know. They
Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris had his movie.
Chuck Norris was Chuck Norris did his thing for real.
They've got G-Unit in this new one.
No, the best. Well, I think the Wu-Tang at the beginning, but when Bumblebee came back and it was like, "Don't call it a comeback," and they played the LL Cool J. That shit was fire.
Oh, I can't wait to get to
that was kind of
shit. They give a Bumblebee.
The Bumblebee. It had a good sound. The thing that I like about the human characters, it wasn't so much the girl. The girl was kind of like one of those weak characters that I'm used to in these movies. But I actually thought the boy was a charming. Like I think he's the actor from this this musical, right? This first Hispanic musical.
Yeah, the one WB in the Heights. In the Heights.
He's a charismatic actor. I thought he was good. And he had a good chemistry with Pete Davidson guy.
He was good.
The kid was cool. So for that, I was like, okay, if you're gonna give me a human character, at least have him be charismatic. He's funny.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the actor did a good job. Yeah.
I think the actor did a good job. I think the best job.
His character, I didn't like as much, but
we know why you didn't like his character, Cole. That's
Shia LaBeouf reacting the Giant. aliens from space was way better than what this guy was doing.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
It was way
not.
better.
There's one fucking scene, I think it's in the second one, where they're driving and then like a bomb comes and Bumblebee transforms at the same time and Shia LaBeouf is in the air screaming like a little bitch. I'm like, no,
that makes sense. I would be
trash.
screaming too. You just transformed it with me in the sky.
Nah, that's
You brought me back in.
Oh,
I'm probably gonna be crying. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's just scary. That's dramatic.
I've got to say, like,
Big giant robots pick you up.
How ridiculous! How
What?
absolutely fucking ridiculous! What was the girl's name again from the first movies?
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox. Her character
maybe
had
that's why you like the second.
Believability.
Absolutely.
Zero believability.
Garbage. She was garbage.
I mean, she was not one of my favorite characters. I'm not finna.
I'm supposed to believe that she fucking like falls for Sam Witwicky. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Well, she starts to fall for him out of circumstance though.
I don't give a fuck.
The situation was
she was a fantastic character. I don't know what.
But at first, she didn't want him. She didn't want him at first.
No, she was
that's not true.
Character. All right.
Megan Fox was doing anti-acting in that movie. It was like
she was garbage.
She was masterful in that film, Nerd Man.
It was terrible. It was terrible.
It was amazing.
I'm not gonna lie. I like looking at her, so it was all right. But like to try and make it out like this film is worse than that. Like she was so ridiculous. It was so ridiculous. It was kind of fun.
And you know what's funny, Nerd Man? The black girl in this one, she did some shit that a black woman would do, right? When the first fucking Decepticons came and blew the hole, and she was like, "Oh, you were telling the truth." She gave him that shit and said, "It's yours," and took off fucking running, right? And then she's running down the stairs, and he's behind her, and she's like, "Stop following me." 100%. That was so realistic. It wasn't funny.
Now wait. Let me say this. I'm glad you brought it up because I want to forget it before we get into spoilers. This is why I say she should have been the only character, and how you could have had just the Transformers link up to her. In the first act could have been just about building up the Autobots. Take out Noah, have that whole first act be about the Autobots, what their day-to-day is, how it's like living on Earth these past 7 years. You building up Scourge and the Terracons too. And when they all finally meet, you build up Dominique Fishback too, but we finally converge at Dominique Fishback, where the Terracons saw her, send up the thing, and the Autobots and them are all going there at the same time. Then they meet, and that's where she ends up working with the Autobots.
I mean, I still think
that whole first act, you could have had just the whole first act be about them building it up. Autobots see their day to day.
Yeah, okay.
And then
but Noah can be like a supporting character.
I mean, sure, you could do that. I'm not, but like what they did was fine.
Absolutely, it was fine.
I watched that John Q movie, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I finally watched it.
Really good. They should do that with Transformers.
What the heck? Hell nah, Nerd Man. Get off my screen with that shit. Oh, hell nah.
No,
what I'm talking about, man.
They should.
So let's
hilarious. You imagine
like Transformers in a hospital.
Let's get into the spoilers because I know there's something you want to talk about, and I want to hear what you had to say, which was a better.
Well, the movie was tight, by the way. Thanks for the recommendation.
Well,
I told you, John.
Before we segue into spoilers, let me play a scene from this movie better than any moment Optimus Prime had in this movie, dialogue-wise. This is Optimus Prime, baby. This is my guy. Can y'all hear it?
No.
Hold up.
And I don't think we want him because I know what scene this is.
Although the dad doesn't have heart transplants at all in that movie.
All right, now Megan Fox was amazing. All right, did you not like her
ready?
supermodel running?
Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna play this scene and we're gonna get into spoilers. It's better than any Optimus scene in this movie.
They must know it's here as well. What about Bumblebee? We can't just leave him to die and become some human experiment. He'll die in vain if we don't accomplish our mission. Bumblebee is a brave soldier. This is what he would want. Why are we fighting to save the humans? They're a primitive, violent race. Were we so different? They're a young species. They have much to learn. But I've
Shit's
seen
beautiful.
goodness in them.
Really?
Freedom is the right of all sentient beings. You all know there's only one way to end this war. We must destroy the cube. If all
You're-
else fails,
You're
I
trolling,
will
right?
ignite the spark in my
It has to
chest.
be.
Listen,
What'd you say?
You have to be, because if you're talking about, and you know that line where he says the sentient beings part, you know that was like they had a competition where they got people to quote a line, and someone posted that line, and they put that in the movie.
Yeah,
You know that, right?
A real fan.
Hey,
A real
when
fan.
Peter Collins said that line, I felt
That's
it.
garbage. And
Not garbage, but like
Optimus Prime don't got no type of dialogue
You see-
like that in this movie.
you see, this is how I know you're not a true fan, because this is
What?
how I know you're not a true
Hamza,
fan.
I seen
Hold
all
on,
the animated stuff.
That's
I was
why.
buying toys.
That's why when Optimus Prime says, all is one, that line alone is better than anything. That's an original fucking Transformer movie line where he says all is one. That's
Nostalgia line, nostalgia big line.
better than
Nostalgia.
anything. Better
Look,
than anything.
just because let's get in the spoiler, because Transformers Rise of the Beast is nothing but nostalgia, same as Bumblebee. They want to put that nostalgia.
Yeah.
All,
I mean, did you like the action?
all the Transformers fans that did not like the Michael Bay movies. And look, those movies have their issues, but this movie is also making the same type of issues too, especially with the weak story.
I agree. The story wasn't weak though.
It was aight. The story was aight. It was aight.
it was a basic.
It made, look, I'll say this: the story made more sense than the story of 2, 4, and 5.
4, 5, and
So here's my issue with it though. They didn't need the MacGuffin, right? They didn't need to have that. They could have just had it where Unicron was heading towards Earth, right? Because I don't like when at the end of we're going into spoilers, right?
Yo, we're spoiling now. Spoilers.
So at the end of the movie where they're opening up the portal for Unicron to come through, I'm like, first off,
Why is
as soon as he's coming through, he's like right there on Earth. Like he's like right there. You can see him. And like, that's way too close, right? And the portal didn't even look like it was big enough for him to go through. So you're gonna have this huge hole, and I just didn't like that. I think it should have been just Unicron, like in the movie, in the Transformer movie, and he's just traveling through the universe, eating planets, and the next planet he was gonna eat was Earth. That's what they should have did. They didn't need that.
I still think you could have had Surge, like, going across. Like, Scourge is basically Silver Surfer for Galactus.
Yeah,
he's basically Silver Surfer, going around planets looking for stuff for him and finding him good planets to eat. All that. You still could have had that, but you didn't need him to have to come through a portal just to get to here and all that.
Yeah, that MacGuffin. Yeah. And you see, you take out that MacGuffin, and then you can give more character development to the Beast Wars or the Maximals. I'm sorry, and even give us a little backstory to Scourge or whatever.
Yeah, what they need to do is just show Transformers on their planet.
So, have you seen?
Like,
pull up
the thing you could do. But
pull up the beginning of Bumblebee for fucking Nerdman, and this is what Transformers should be.
Yeah, I got it.
This is what Transformers should be. They don't even need to have them on Earth. They could do, if they're gonna do like a trilogy, the first movie could have been them all on Cybertron, right? The second movie, at the end of the first movie, they blast off and head to Earth, and then when they get to Earth, you can continue on with the story there. But that first 10 minutes of Bumblebee, or however long it was, I think is the best Transformers I've ever seen.
I like this chase scene that you're watching right now.
Yeah, I liked it too.
It was kind of cool, actually.
Yeah. You know what was cool about?
No, it didn't need to be there, but it's cool.
You know what was cool in that scene where he's driving backwards and then he transforms and he turns and he's going forward. That was cool. That was a nice touch. Yeah.
All right, so this is the opening scene of Bumblebee, and like I say, they could have started. They could have did 3 first movies on Cybertron, and then the next trilogy go to Earth. But this is the opening of Bumblebee,
or even just the first movie on Cybertron. But this will be show it.
They broke into the front lines. I've lost contact with the Capitol. Too many of them.
Look at behind this movie.
Why are they human cars?
Why are they what?
Are they human cars on their planet? Like
no.
They're Cybertronian like transportation vehicles.
So they
like
look
this
the
is
same,
Bumblebee. So that's a Cybertronian vehicle.
Right, he doesn't look like a real car on Earth. You know what I mean? But they
still look like a car on Earth to me.
No. Look at that.
Did you not?
No.
Because I even look at his there's specifically Cybertronian like transportation vehicles, but like they don't really explain it too much, really. But you know, they kind of just give them vehicles. They make vehicles that they model, and then they just scan them and use them to get around transportation.
Yeah, this is a really cool scene.
This opening, man.
Bumblebee in this scene is the only one that doesn't look like his G1 counterpart.
Autobots, fall back!
Well, I like Michael Bay's Bumblebee design over G1 Bumblebee.
No, I give you that. But when you have Soundwave, you have Shockwave. Like when I see these Transformers, I know who they are. You know what I mean? And you see, I know who they are. But when you go and you watch the Michael Bay ones and even this one, I'm like, who the hell is that? Like, that's supposed to be Wheeljack? That's supposed to be this? That's supposed to be that? I don't like that. I'm like, why can't you make them look like this? You did it in Bumblebee, so make them look like their G1 counterparts.
Yeah. But see, this is okay. This is my thing, right? I was okay with the designs of the Michael Bay movies. My problem was just like this movie, they take away like Mirage. If in Mirage in this movie, he's also in Transformers 3, right? Let me show y'all.
Yeah, he is.
Mirage is in Transformers 3, but he in that movie is like straight up side character to the highest degree. He probably only has 3 scenes in total where he shows up in the movie. And he's supposed to be part of the Autobot enforcers that's going out there. This is Mirage from the 3rd movie. I like this design. I have no issue with the design, but he only has like 3 scenes in this whole movie. It's 2 hours. And all that development that can go to the characters like Mirage, that's my issue with the Michael Bay movie.
But you see that
characters that
Mirage, that Mirage you're showing is not Mirage, though.
Anyway. What up with WZ, Big Bro?
I like it better than that Mirage we got.
Absolutely not. But what I did like is at the end of the movie. What I did like is at the end of the movie, where Mirage is transforming into the different type of cars. He actually transforms into his original G1, the way he looks in the G1 cartoon, which was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, when every time they showed Unicron, they kind of mixed the music from the cartoon, from the Transformer movie, into his kind of score. So you could hear the little, like when Unicron was do 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 do, you could kind of hear that in the score. So I think that was a nice touch.
Was that the original Unicron voice actor too?
No.
Or somebody else?
No. Original was Orson Welles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Orson Welles passed away. Long time ago.
All right, so first thing I want to bring up, freak those fake out deaths in this movie. No, Bumblebee and Mirage, bullshit. They should have. You know what? I would have been okay if they killed off Bumblebee, but I'm like, y'all go.
But you see, that's what
first act, and then I'm supposed to feel emotional about it. And after he's dead, like they're just like planning about what they're gonna do next. I'm like, y'all got this dead body, right? You know, I expect them to like be grieving a little bit more for Bumblebee after he
They
just
did.
died.
Prime did. Prime was grieving throughout the whole movie after he died. What are we talking
Just
about?
Prime, and everybody else was like, oh, you got this body work. It like because when he first dies, after that, I forgot Bumblebee died. I forgot he was in the movie. Because that's how much they didn't really care that much to bring him up.
That's not true. That's not
Prime
true.
talked,
But
it was on the plane when Prime brought up Bumblebee, and then the scene when he laid him on the Energon rock, and then he just pops up at the end.
He was brought up when he died,
but
they can't
but you
spend
also
like 30 minutes.
Exactly.
You know,
mourning fucking Bumblebee. You know what I mean?
But to be fair, they should be focusing on mourning Bumblebee than these humans.
Yeah,
but
they also have to take that. Did Mirage die? Because I thought he did die.
No, he didn't die. They did some weird fake out bullshit, and then they had to look. That was a violation. How the fuck was that little shit holding Optimus Prime?
That was dumb.
That shit was trash. I was like, what?
That. Yeah, I hated that.
That's worse than what happened in the last night.
And
it was trash in the last night too.
Look,
but damn.
Before we go into all of this, because I know you've got a lot to say about how did he have the skill to take on this great warrior or whatever. I agree. I'm not even going against that, but I thought he was dead, but he just gave him it was just an armor. Then.
Yeah, he was just an armor.
He just formed as an armor around him, but he was dead, right?
No, he wasn't.
I don't know if he was dead or not. It seemed like he was, but I wasn't sure.
My thing was, and when I saw that scene, no, he didn't. But what my problem was when I seen that scene, I was like, oh shit, they're going into the headmaster stuff. So I thought he was gonna get that and then transform into Mirage's head, right? Because that's what the headmasters are, and that would have been a lot better than to have him have that suit. It would have made more sense if they would have did that, but they didn't. So
yeah, whatever. I mean,
they tried to do this corny little Optimus and Noah team up. This was trash. That should have been Optimus. That should have been Optimus and Optimus Primal. You know, teaming up, going
Nah. It's not trash like in Mortal Kombat when you had that dude just. I'm not even going to say his name. It was just that dude getting in the way of Scorpion and Sub-Zero. This one actually, it built up where you were like, oh, there's no way he can beat. Is it Optimus Prime? I guess it's Optimus Prime. You're saying, yeah. There was no way he could beat him, and then the second, the gorilla one came and helped him, right? So then it kind of makes sense. Okay, now you can see him actually doing something in this fight rather than. But why are you looking at like?
No. I'm talking about the bridge.
I didn't want that though. I'm sorry. I just said I didn't want that. I wanted it to be Prime and Surge only. I didn't want Optimus Primal to come in there because they built it up to where, when they first have the meeting, Prime's like, "Yo, I can't believe you're this powerful" and stuff like that. So it had to be Prime to have that fight. I'm glad they didn't put Primal in that fight.
I mean, but I would have rather took Primal over Noah trying to do his little get out of here, Noah. Why you shouldn't have been?
Yeah, but as I said, it was not as bad as the Sub-Zero shit, bro.
I agree.
It kind of made sense within the story, a little bit.
I agree. Because the one with Sub-Zero wasn't even bad. This was worse.
No.
Noah literally held Optimus Prime while he's getting sucked in by this black hole.
Corrected by some dude who has shell powers or whatever. He doesn't even have wind powers or something that makes it elemental, so it makes sense to add him to the fight. He had powers. What were his powers? His body could turn into a shield.
He had vibranium.
Yeah, vibranium.
That's exactly what it was. It was vibranium.
Which was fine.
No, that was garbage.
That was
but Cole was actual fighter, martial artist. And he gained the magical abilities to fight these enemies.
Wait.
Honestly, makes more sense than Johnny Cage with no abilities beating up Goro.
You're going to compare.
What?
Wait.
Are
you
you
going to
talking?
compare an MMA fighter to a like 18th century fucking what?
You know?
Like who's fighting actual wars, like life
You
and
know what
death.
I mean? Come on now.
It's better than Noah. This thing, Noah's X-Men. We saw no military skills of him in this movies.
But he had though. They established that he had though. He didn't have to show it. They established that he had military training.
He showed it in the
That's
final
all
act.
you needed.
That's about it.
But that's all you need though.
No history of military background at all.
What are we talking about here though, K-Dot? That's all you need though. All you need to do is tell us that he had military training. That's it. Okay, he was in the military, so he can fight. He knows how to use weapons.
Yeah, they don't need to do a backstory.
You know what I mean? Like, come on now.
I'm not saying they need to do a backstory, but like
on one level you don't want the humans in it, but now you're saying you actually want them to do like the backstory to explain why he can.
I'm not saying do backstory. I'm just saying he's ex-military. Whereas there's no military skills that he was showing in this movie aside from the final act where he showed his actual fighting skills for once. Like when he's like, you know, as far as him running from the Terracons inside the museum. Like he seemed just as clueless as Dominique Fishback now to sneak up out of there. Like he was a lot more scared than her.
So we have,
and mind you, he's supposed to be working under that type of pressure and stuff. He's in the military,
we have Batman, who's supposed to be the greatest detective of all time. But when you watch some of these movies, they don't show him do no detective shit. But that's okay though, right? Because he's still a detective
stuff in every single movie.
Not really.
He does more detective stuff in the Batman, but he's doing detective stuff in every single movie. It's so small.
Really.
Detective stuff in every single movie.
He's doing more.
Even in the Keaton movies.
What's that?
Even in the Keaton movies, he did detective. I've never understood this criticism that Batman didn't do anything. He did detective stuff in The Dark Knight. He did detective stuff in the first Batman movie where he was like figuring out the chemicals or whatever.
Yeah.
The Joker thing. He did detective shit in those movies. Sure, he was more of a detective in the Batman, but it wasn't like they did none of that, or they didn't reference that in the other movies. But going back to this movie, I'm just saying that.
But yeah, like I said, Noah didn't like.
Need to know the backstory to this guy of how he, and the fact is, he couldn't have done anything against killer robots unless he has a robot suit. What would he have done?
And then he got a robot suit. He shouldn't have been in a robot suit. He should have been. Look, he should not have been in a movie. Don't give these humans a robot because it should have been Mirage. Actually, Mirage doing what Noah was doing. We want to see the Transformers doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be the ones taking down the bridge, the shit, everything that Unicron. Like it's supposed to be them, not the humans. They should have been away from danger. Freak them humans. Should have been the Transformers going there, typing in the code on the device to deal with their issues.
Yeah, I agree. I agree
with that. But
because I want to be about Transformers. You literally had the girl putting in the codes and stuff. You could have had RC doing that.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
you're criticizing the movie for what you want it to be, rather than criticizing
what.
it
For
what it is.
No. I'm criticizing it for what Transformers is supposed to be. It's supposed to be about Transformers.
No, because I want all of that. But I want all of that too, K-Dot. I want it too. I would be fine if they made a Transformer
and we've been asking for
humans in
it
with no humans in it whatsoever. But what they gave us was decent. I didn't have an issue with it though. I mean, if they're gonna do it, at least do it good where it makes sense, and they did it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you know, unlike
I mean,
Godzilla
with this
Kong,
Transformers stuff, we need something more than decent. This stuff is like Fast and the Furious at this point.
Wait, okay.
Like Fast and the Furious not even making decent movies anymore, and they're just putting out anything.
Cameron told me this movie is way better than any of the human characters in like the Godzilla movies or Godzilla versus.
Of course,
they were. Besides the 2014
one. Right. And this is the thing. I understand for the Godzilla movies why there's humans even having a presence. Because the characters we want to see, they can't talk, and the people that's directing it do not know how to direct creatures and give, like direct them like a Wally.
I get.
Oh, yeah. No, it makes sense why they are in
why
there.
the human characters are
But
as
that doesn't
active.
explain why the human
the-
characters are trash.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, they deserve to be in the films. They're just trash. Besides, like maybe the 2014 one. Like,
Right.
I'm sorry, I watched Godzilla versus Kong.
Transformers, you
like,
don't need to have the humans.
90% of that film was the human characters, and they were trash.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like after watching Avatar 2, the majority of that movie was about the tall blue cat, the tall blue people. The majority of the movie, the tall blue people.
Yeah, but that's kind of
Transformers.
that's kind of different, like as a concept. I mean, it's not. First of all, the premise isn't a toy commercial. That's what you have to understand. Like
This movie is made more like a toy commercial than the first movie.
To those movies where you can explore the Avatar world and explore the avatars. And I'm not saying they're that interesting, to be honest. I've soured a little bit on that Avatar movie, to be honest. Like the second one, even it's like long and it's like blah, but like still,
But you don't like a bunch of filler.
Yeah, exactly. It's filler the movie.
They cause it filler.
Dude, those swimming scenes were long, bro. I was like, yeah, I get it. It's all
It's like they're beautiful, but holy fuck.
Hey,
So hold on.
That was some beauty. That was beautiful, man. You know, swimming in the water.
We need to get into the tie-in. I need to know who you say would have been a better tie-in, Kata.
Cole agreed. This Hasbro makes them too. Power Rangers would have been a better tie-in.
Power Rangers?
Yeah,
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Or Fast and the Furious. I would have took Fast and the Furious over G.I. Joe.
Honestly,
you are out of your mind.
With G.I. Joe,
Nerman, do you agree? Nerman, do you agree that
it makes sense?
Fast and the Furious instead? They should have done Fast and the Furious.
A tie-in? What do you mean? Like there was references
at the end with G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe is part of the franchise now.
A part of the Transformers franchise.
Yes. Yeah. Didn't you watch the movie?
They were in there?
Well,
no,
he gets the card at the end. He gets the card where the guy's like, oh, we need someone like you. And he turns the card over and it says G.I. Joe.
Oh, shit. I didn't see that. Was that a post-credit scene or something?
No, it was at the end. It was at the end.
Right at the end where he's going to the job interview.
I might have switched it off.
Yo, listen. I pretty much jumped out of my seat. I was like, no fucking way.
I was in so much shock.
That's kind of tight, bro.
I was in so much shock. For some wrong reasons, but for some good reasons. Like, no, I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense, and it also kind of fits. Like, again, those were pretty much like the two big things at the time for cartoon shows. And I think
they own both those IPs, right? So it's
that too, and I think it blends really well. I feel like there were better ones they could have done it first, though. I feel like they should have waited for G.I. Joe.
Is it Universal that owns the rights to all of this?
I thought it was like
Hasbro. Well, Hasbro owns the toys, but I don't know who they sold it to.
No, but I'm saying the film rights. This movie.
I don't know because if you look at the beginning of it, it was like DB or something like that. I don't remember seeing.
No, but usually it's the main studio.
But I don't remember seeing Universal or Paramount's name there.
Okay.
I thought it was Paramount.
I was going to say the problem is with the tie-ins, right? It has to be the same company owning the rights. So you can say, oh, it would have been a bad tie-in to have Fast and the Furious, but if they don't own the rights to Fast and the Furious,
they do. They do.
So it's the same company that does Fast and the Furious as Transformers as G.I. Joe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's a Paramount Pictures.
Right. If it is, then Chaos is right. I would rather see a Fast and the Furious meets Transformers movie.
No, that's stupid.
No,
Dominic Optimus fighting Megatron.
No, that's stupid. That's stupid.
That would have been tight. Furious guys are so stupid anyway. It would just
that is dumb. No, that is dumb.
Ozzo, hear me out.
I'm not even entertaining that. That's dumb. That's dumb.
Dude,
Ozzo, look, I got the perfect part. I remember when Wheeljack told Noah, take the wheel. Optimus tells Dom, Dom, take my wheel and drive me.
No, that's dumb. That's dumb.
Dude,
That is dumb.
dude, they have flown in space.
I
in
don't
a
care
car.
what they fucking did in the movies
Oh my
to cross them over with the
Space in a car,
Transformers.
bro.
You were
That
correct.
Transformers with
100%.
them would be
You
tight,
were
bro. I would
100%.
love that.
Whatever they did in that movie, I don't care. To cross them over with Transformers would be absolutely fucking stupid. It would be
Power
dumb.
Rangers would be good as
No,
well. Like
no, Power Rangers would not be good as well. No, it's
No, with
dumb.
their big
Power Ranger
robots,
would be way
I think
better.
it would.
It would be a way better crossover.
with the big
I'd say
robots.
Power Rangers and Transformers
absolutely
working
be
together,
That'd be
morphing
stupid.
and stuff. That would have been.
For a crossover, it would have been good, but if you're trying to make like a coherent film, G.I. Joe works well. I feel like this was too soon to do it though.
You see, G.I.
Yeah, it
Joe.
was too
Well,
soon.
I don't think it's too soon because we don't know what kind of impact they will have in the next one, if they'll even be in it.
Hey,
Maybe
the human
just
characters
teased
might
it
be
for
good now though.
But I think it's fucking amazing because if you watch the G.I. Joe cartoon, they have kind of like, well, not really Transformers, but stuff that would actually translate well with the Transformer franchise. So 100%, you could have fucking Cobra Commander, and as long as they don't make Cobra Commander a fucking stupid idiot like they do in the cartoons, but you give us a good Cobra Commander, and him and Megatron working together, yo, that shouldn't be lit, bro. Plus, we already know that these Transformer movies, they like to use Army a lot, right? What better Army to use than G.I. Joe?
No, look again.
The only G.I. Joe we want to see in this is Snake Eyes. And that's
I don't think G.I. Joe's bad, but I'm just saying I think the Fast and Furious that would be, it would match the ridiculousness.
Absolutely not. No.
And the ridiculousness of the Transformers franchise.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The Transformer franchise at least tries to be, well, I guess you could say as realistic as possible, but Fast and the Furious, they just go overboard on everything. I don't need to, that would be dumb. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck what you guys say. That would be absolutely stupid. It would make no sense whatsoever. It would make no sense.
Trump says nobody watches G.I. Joe. People watch Fast and the Furious. That's the difference.
G.I. Joe was an 80s cartoon, but G.I. Joe was the second most popular cartoon back in the day. So I don't know what Perp's talking about.
Yeah, it fits in that right. Yeah.
The auxiliary verb was. Yeah, it was.
Okay, but so was Transformers. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, they can revive it. Also, I didn't want to ask though. Are there any like fan reactions, like in the audience out, like audio of it when they showed that scene?
My audience was like, "Oh shit!" You know what I mean? There was like, most people in my theater, like, they kind of enjoyed it. It was like, "Oh shit," type of thing,
That is a good.
Yeah, Marlon Wayans better come back if they doing his G.I. Joe.
Yeah, because I want to see if anybody actually like reacted crazy to it. Any like hardcore G.I. Joe fans who saw it.
But the thing is,
I saw some people on TikTok.
So I don't know. Are they going to move forward with their plans if this movie bombs?
I don't know.
Because I don't think it's.
They might.
What has it got in terms of the RT and all of that score? What's it sitting at? I thought it was fun.
Yeah, but you see, what you got to understand is this movie will do a lot better overseas, internationally, than it will do domestically. All Transformer movies do a shitload of money overseas. Will it make $1 billion? I don't know. Because again, what the problem is now is that next week the Flash is coming out. Yeah, you know what I mean? So they put it out at the wrong time.
No one's gonna watch the Flash.
Oh yeah, Flash and Across the Spider-Verse is better than this movie too. Let me make that clear. Flash and Across the Spider-Verse, they got.
It's definitely not better than Across the Spider-Verse. That's for sure. I don't know. I'm still iffy on your Flash takes, though. I gotta see the movie before, because I know you're biased. Shit.
Nah, Flash is way better. You're gonna have visual effects issues. I guarantee you that. But other than that,
I already know Flash
is better than Transformers.
Yeah, of course it's gonna be better. Well, I know Spider-Verse is definitely better. Still the best movie of the year so far. But I never thought Transformers was gonna be better than it.
clip that before he said the Spider-Verse bit, because I just said that Flash is going to be better, and he said, "Yeah, I know."
No, I was talking about Spider-Verse. I wasn't talking about Flash.
I'm clipping it anyway.
Nice
just
try.
to be fair to Transformers, I won't be a complete hater of it. As far as a summer blockbuster that just you just want to entertain people, this movie is fine. I'll give it that. As far as the summer blockbuster goes, I think it's going to be one of the best movies of June. But I still think it's a fine summer blockbuster. It's fine. It's not like ooh, but it's a fine summer blockbuster. I think Flash and Across the Spider-Verse is those summer blockbusters that really that are going to mean something for people.
Well, I think Flash can be garbage.
Wait, you thought it was the best year so far?
What was the best movie this year?
Spider-Verse.
It is.
All right, wait. Since Perp is here, Perp, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Perp, what would be a better crossover with Transformers? Fast and the Furious and Power Rangers, or G.I. Joe and Transformers?
I'd rather watch something with Power Rangers, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I think that hit harder. Power Rangers is lit. Power Rangers is lit, bro.
Power Rangers was the oh my god. Well,
the Power Rangers at least have the robots that can take on the Transformers. That's what.
Power Rangers has a more consistent continuity than fucking the Transformers movies alone and the G.I. Joe movies, so it'd make more sense.
Okay, well, to be fair, I mean, with
Power Rangers fight Optimus Prime,
don't they? That's one of their powers. They can summon the big robots.
Yeah.
So
I mean, to be fair, though,
I mean that giant robot they summon will kill all the Autobots.
In G.I. Joe, though, I mean, they'll probably just like build them up to be like the characters in Fast and Furious, like that.
Well, no, the G.I. Joe characters will probably be. Hold on, the G.I. Joe characters will probably be the same as the Army characters in the first one, right? With Tyrese and all of that's exactly
they're going to be the Sector 7.
I think they waited. I think one like two things. When I saw that shit, I was like, "Oh shit, they're not really about to do this." I was like, and I feel like it's a little bit too. They waited a little bit too long because I don't think they really built up like that. Like, obviously you're gonna get like people like Anzo or just people that grew up with G.I. Joes, but like for this new like younger generation, it's not going to really translate well because I guarantee a lot of people just saw that card and be like, what the fuck is that, G.I. Joe? Like,
no,
I look at it like
that's not true.
I look at it like this. To be fair to G.I. Joe,
of course,
I look at it like this. I think G.I. Joe will benefit more from Transformers than G.I. Joe trying to do solo movies because if people do like these movies and they start making money again, like consistent money, $1 billion and stuff, and got the G.I. Joe in it, they do a G.I. Joe spinoff movie, I think G.I. Joe is going to benefit more because, let's be honest, people would rather watch Transformers more than G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Box office shows you that.
So I think it's going to benefit more as long as the Transformers movies now still keep people hooked.
So you can say the box office shows that, but both G.I. Joe movies were garbage. If you make a good G.I. Joe movie, guarantee you it would make money. It would. 100%.
How many they've made 3 G.I. Joe movies, right?
Yeah. Well, no, they made really 2. The last one was Snake Eyes.
But yeah, none of them have been.
But again, that wasn't Snake Eyes. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. None of these movies stayed consistent with G.I. Joe. That's the problem.
Yeah.
At least.
So you're talking about a whole reboot. You're talking about a whole reboot.
Yeah. You got to reboot the whole thing. You can't. Yeah. Because
that's not Snake Eyes film. Holy fuck.
That wasn't Snake Eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it wasn't.
I think a VR Troopers movie would do better than a G.I. Joe movie right now. Like, I don't know.
Nah, it would have to be done correctly. If a G.I. Joe movie is done correctly, then it would definitely do a better than VR. Whatever that is.
Or a Big Bag Beetleborgs. That'd be fire.
Who?
Big Bag Beetleborgs.
Ain't nobody know what that shit is.
Yeah, niggas know what that is. So, like that's like those were like those knockoffs of Power Rangers and stuff. They had the VR troopers and stuff like that.
Yeah, no,
Just
no
as
one's
fire.
watching that shit. No
Are
one's
there
watching
any
that shit.
GI Joe games at the moment, like on PlayStation?
Absolutely not.
No.
See, this is the thing. Before, the way to build up an audience for these like big tentpole movies that are based on like IPs, like from comics and stuff like that, is to have like animated series. Now I think it's moving into the gaming sphere and maybe still animated series or HBO, or sorry, limited like series for these streaming services. But the problem is that you're relying on a cartoon, like people remembering a cartoon and a thing that was popular in the 80s, and that's a long time from now. You know, it's been
It's almost 40 years. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
So let me say, Top Gun
you know,
Maverick.
like what? Tell me an anime going on now, like a really popular one, the Titans.
One Piece.
Attack on Titan.
Attack
Attack on Titan. One
That would
Piece. One Piece.
make more money than a GI Joe movie if they did a good version of that, like now, or like this Korra one or whatever. I think if they did live action versions of those movies, they'd make more money. And things like Spider-Man are making money because it's built up this audience from these animated stuff, from the games and whatever. Batman is the same. So it's just, I think it's the problem that some of these, you know, like films or whatever have in getting audiences excited about them is that they don't have like.
But that's not true
They're
though.
just bringing them out of films
that's-
before
that's
they've
not-
actually got people
that's not-
attached to the characters.
That's not true though, because Top Gun Maverick was almost 40 years before they did. Well, Top Gun came out almost 40 years before they did Top Gun Maverick.
Let's keep it real though. That's it's all because of Tom Cruise. If Tom Cruise was not a part, nobody would give a fuck about no Top Gun. Like it's Tom Cruise.
But if the movie was garbage, it wouldn't have made that either. You understand? If the movie was good,
I mean, the movie was mid. The movie was mid, but
no,
I mean,
it was more than mid. It was fire. It was almost as good as but the point is, if it whatever you guys want to think, as long as you make a good movie, people will go see it. There's word of mouth. Someone said, if someone says, yo, they made a fucking G.I. Joe movie and that shit is fire, that's just gonna make money. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, but
because I guarantee if G.I. Joe actually made a good movie,
I wanted to just respond.
It would change the perception for people.
Just to respond to that quickly, because before I forget, that's a movie. You know, that's based on a movie, right? So people who are like, you know, our age and whatever, you're talking about like adults who are into cinema. They're not into cartoons. I'm talking about how do you get people excited for movies based on comic book or cartoon characters, right?
So the first G.I. Joe movie made $300 million.
Kids are not as attached to that.
So hold on. No, I'm not listening to that. The first G.I. Joe movie made $302 million, and that was garbage. The second one with The Rock made $375 million. If those movies were good, you double that. The fact that they were garbage is the reason why. Guaranteed.
Not necessarily, bro. You don't double it just because
it'd be harder to sell a G.I. Joe, especially with all this competition. Like every year it's just been like flooded with movies. So it's like they risk like putting it out similar to like Transformers, where Transformers I think will do good overseas and stuff like that, but we got so much, it has so much competition. I feel like they waited too long. Maybe they should start off with like something animated in Netflix or something like that. Let it get it popped up.
They did. Transformers has a new animated one on there.
No, I'm saying G.I. Joe. Maybe they need to kind of like make like a new animated series just to test the waters, just to kind of get people, you know.
I can agree with that.
And games as well, dude.
Yeah. Because like I said, it's going to be hard to sell that to somebody that's under like 35 or like, you know, I'm saying like a younger crowd, because that's what they're going to want to target.
But they do have hold on, they do have a G.I. Joe game though that came out maybe last year or 2 years ago. Wasn't any good, at least that's what people are telling me. But they did have a G.I. Joe movie in like the last game in the last 2 years.
Yeah. But look at how The Last of Us or something like Mario popped off. You know what I'm saying? It's like I think
that garbage.
it was garbage, but it popped off, didn't it? It's because they've consistently put Mario out there as a brand that people, who play the games and whatever, they're gonna flock to it. And that's the thing. If you don't,
but the movie was good too, though. Like you guys are ignoring. You guys are ignoring the fact that the movie is good. If the movie wasn't good, they wouldn't make that much money. It's just that simple. You have to do the movie.
It could be good though. It could be good, but they also have to market it. They have to market it well.
Well, yeah,
they have to they have to market it well.
That's all. It's just the marketing.
I was shocked Mario did $1 billion. I thought it was going to do like at least maybe 500 million.
No, because the Illumination.
I think it also being animated too.
No, they know how to get all the babies into the theaters.
Mario was good. Sonic was good. Sonic 2 was good, and that's because they're pretty well. Not with Sonic, but I mean they did a lot of things from the game in Sonic. But the movies.
I think if the Sonic movie was animated, it would have helped them a lot more.
I don't think so.
But the drama of that first design didn't help it either. I think that discouraged a lot of people.
No, that
could have went to go away.
Right.
It did outgrow Birds of Prey. It outgrows Birds of Prey. It outgrows the superhero movie, but it would have made more.
Smoking on, so it clearly isn't good for you.
Shut the fuck.
You got the old man lungs.
Don't worry about what I'm doing over here. You know what I mean? And there is no way that I could sit on a stream with Nerdman and K-Dot and not smoke up. I can't do it. I can't be sober talking to these guys.
Now, wait. Since Alonso missed it, let me say some good things about this monstrosity of a film.
Wait,
you don't like it, K-Dot? You don't like it?
Before you, I want to hear Perp. Did you?
It's better than all the trash Transformers movies.
Did you like?
But it's not saying much.
I mean, there's things that I liked about it. I thought it was solid, but I was just like, there's definitely things that's like, oh man, like the fact that Cheetor has like one line that kind of pissed me off. I was like, damn, I wanted to actually hear him talking. Like we barely got to see the other like
right. That was my problem. Even when they transformed into robot form, you still didn't get a good look at them, right? It was like quick little scenes. And I'm like, no, they should show us what Cheetor looks in his robot form. I wanted to see what Air Razor looked like in her robot form. You know what I mean? Kind
of Mirage's personality is more like Cheetor's a little bit. That's what I kind of find that kind of weird, because like Cheetor's kind of like a little goofy and stuff like that. A little cocky and stuff. But yeah, I thought it was solid. I just think like it's a setup movie. You know, it's a setup movie for other things. So I was just like, okay, whatever. Some of the CGI was a little bit like a little off, but
really,
it is what it is. Yeah, I saw it in IMAX. I saw it in IMAX.
I didn't know what Perk talking about, and I had the same issue too. I don't think all the VFX is bad, but it's the lighting in some scenes. Like when they're in Peru, I can't really tell if it's
fuzzy.
Green screen
it's a little like it's like kind of it's kind of fuzzy sometimes. I'm like, what the fuck going on? But
I didn't see that. I thought.
I mean, the Autobots, like I said, go on, Anzo.
No, I was just gonna say, I thought maybe some of the action scenes, at least towards the end, were kind of hard to see clearly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I had an issue with too. It's like, oh no, you should have focused
like
more on this stuff.
The human characters didn't piss me off as much. I thought they did like they kept it at 2. They kept it at 2. I was like, all right, that's smart. Just keep it like at a minimum. But I think they need to just make a full Transformers or Beast Wars movie with just them talking and just, they don't need the humans really.
I agree 100%. And I've said that all the time. Like the first 10 minutes of Bumblebee is the best thing they've ever done in a Transformer movie. And I'll stick by that. Right. But my thing was, I knew we were going to get the humans. I was just hoping I didn't hate them like Sam Witwicky and Mark Wahlberg's character and all that bullshit. And I didn't. So I was like, okay, at least they made them more realistic than those guys.
Haters.
I think also when old boy got the whole suit, that's why I was like, damn, it's really going over the top with this shit. Like that kind of like took me out of it a little bit. I was like, he got his own little like jazz suit. I was like, that's a little weird, but
you see,
I guess
you missed it when I came in, right? Because I don't I don't know how much of the G1 Transformers you guys watch, but towards the end, they did headmasters, right? So there were those guys.
Yeah.
They had the suits, and they transformed into the heads of the robot, which is what I thought they were going to do with this one, which would have been really cool if they did that. So I didn't mind him having the suit. I just thought they should have went all out with it.
I'm curious to see how they're going to bring Megatron into this. If he's going to be a gun, and then they're going to have the T-Rex, and the T-Rex is going to be holding the gun. Like, that'd be fucking hilarious. But
yeah,
they actually, I don't know why they had him on the marketing, because he was not teased in this movie. He didn't show up. Nothing.
They had who?
I'm all right with him. I'm all right with him. Like, kind of like just, like save him for another movie or something like that. Because even though Scourge was okay,
Yeah,
like he was pretty threatening. I wish they would have had more Terracons. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even they could have bring in Dinobot. That'd been hilarious. That'd been great. Like, or even Waspinator or something like that. I think that was, that'd been dope. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, no, I agree with you. They should have had some Maxim Beast War villains in there too as well. I couldn't agree with that. But I was pretty much fine with it. I was like, okay, I like the way Optimus Primal looked. I like the way Cheetor looked. I like the way they looked. I just thought they should have done more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With them.
If they ever do bring it in like Rat Trap, I think like it would be dope to have like Bradley Cooper like voice him. That'd be dope. Use that rocket voice.
What up, Loki? What's going on?
What's going on, everybody?
What up?
Good. You seen it?
Oh, what up? What up?
Yeah, Transformers: Rise of the Beast.
Yeah. What'd you think?
I mean, it was straight. I ain't seen nothing else Michael Bay been doing. I mean, it was straight.
I mean, ass.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't gonna lie. There was a part of me saying I miss Michael Bay.
Absolutely not.
That was a part of you saying I miss Michael Bay. I ain't gonna lie. I said that when I saw Bumblebee. I said that when I saw Bumblebee because I thought in Bumblebee they made Bumblebee look like a straight up punk.
Yeah, the music and the sound design is way better than Michael Bay ones. And the
and the fighting, the action scenes were better too.
Yes, you could see people. I mean, you could actually see them fighting.
Yeah, that's why the
Transformers.
Yeah.
I like that Optimus Prime was like he had his Black Air Forces on like all the time. Like he wanted to smoke. Like he was just on demon time. Like that shit was hilarious.
That's from that Bayverse Prime. He was channeling some of that energy.
See, I love that part, right?
And
when
Bayverse Prime was speaking through him.
When they're in Purdue and Scourge is chasing Prime and they're all running away, Prime stops, transforms, and says, "I'm coming for you." I was like, "Yeah, that's Prime." You know what I mean?
I'm gonna rip off. Wait, what do you say too?
I'm gonna rip off your head. Yeah,
I'm gonna rip your head.
Yeah, that was tight. That was Prime.
Prime.
Yeah, that shit is fun.
Look. I ain't trying to shit on this Prime, but he wasn't doing nothing like this in the movie. I'm just saying he wasn't doing this.
Here we go.
He wasn't doing this. I'm just saying.
Prime. Time to find out.
One arm.
Yeah, Optimus Prime always had to go like Super Saiyan in the Michael Bay movies.
Hey, but Optimus in this movie, he was cool. I noticed they did his from the Bay movies. They did his arc. The way they did his arc was backwards from the Bayverse because in the first movie, he's giving humanity a chance. He wants to help them. He wants to protect them because he realized they brought their problems to humanity. And by the time you get to the fourth movie, which sucks, he starts to not trust humanity because he saved them 3 times. He died for them, and they betrayed him. They killed his friends, and this arc they're doing it backwards. Correct.
I was gonna say that we were talking about crossover. I wish Legendary was doing the Transformers movies, so then we could do like a Godzilla crossover with Transformers. That'd be fucking That'd be
Oh
lit.
my god, you guys and your crappy ass crossovers.
You wouldn't watch that,
on.
bro? You wouldn't watch
G.I.
King
Joe,
Kong go against like couldn't
Absolutely not.
You may as well
You
just do
tripping,
Pacific
bro.
Rim and Transformers then.
You know what I mean? Like you putting Godzilla. What's Godzilla gonna do against a Transformer? Nothing.
He gonna destroy that motherfucker.
Transformers versus Godzilla.
Or even or how about this, Anzo? Gundam versus Transformers.
I don't really watch Gundam, so fuck that shit too.
What?
We haven't got a Gundam movie yet, so need a
Gundam movie fire. Gundam movie fire.
Ultraman.
Fuck that Gundam.
Ultraman would be dope too. Nah, the anime shit better than that G.I. Joe shit.
G.I. Joe. You see, you can say that, right? But G.I. Joe came out in the 80s. Of course, the animation now is gonna be way better than that, right? Obviously.
Even for its time, it was just.
Yeah, I mean, didn't they do some G.I. Joe cartoons in the early 2000s? I remember they did
they did Renegade, which was G.I. Joe Renegade, which wasn't good. It was garbage. But they also did. They also did a Snake Eyes cartoon, Snake Eyes as Storm Shadow. That was good.
That's why. Look, Anzo. That's why I don't fully disagree
we need a
about
crossover between Transformers and the Teletubbies.
Oh God! Can you kick him, please? Can you kick him?
I mean, preaching, but we do have to boot him for his blasphemy.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. The crossover with G.I. Joe is perfect. I don't care. It's perfect. I don't want to see Fast and Furious. I don't want to see.
But who are they going to have set up in the G.I. Joe movie? Because we don't even know what they're doing with it. Because I mean, you got like three different movies.
Yeah, Snake Eyes and Optimus Prime doing their thing together.
Well, I think they'll probably reboot the G.I. Joe in this one, right? So we got to get like Duke. We got to have. They gotta have original G1 G.I. Joe characters in this. You can't.
That's if Rise of the Beast don't flop, they might reconsider.
I think it won't flop overseas. I think it'll make money overseas.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, but I think overseas they'll flock more to Transformers than they will to the Flash. I'll be honest with you.
Y'all say what y'all was saying about Bay, but Bay was making it bread.
Yeah. And this one will make bread. How much did Bumblebee do at the box office? Let me see.
Bumblebee did like 300, a little over 300 million. It actually made less.
Didn't it come out? Did it come out the same weekend as was it the Solo movie?
Oh, possible. I don't know. But Bumblebee did 468 million. It did 468 million.
Still made less than the fifth one.
It's like
the Last Night made 600 million. Age of Extinction was $1 billion movie.
Jesus Christ, man, that's disgusting.
I forgot about the Last Night.
Yeah, that was
disgusting.
That dropped.
Age of Extinction.
Last Night was just a. Go ahead, Perk.
No, go ahead. I ain't say nothing.
Yeah, well, I would just say Last Night was just a different type of disrespect. But, Rise of the Beast is better. It's better. Like I said, when I say it's better, the plot. My issues with a lot of Transformers movies. Yeah, it's not. But my issues with a lot of Transformers movies is like every single movie they got a new world-ending device. First movie was an Allspark, but that story was fine. It wasn't convoluted and stuff. Second movie, the Matrix of Leadership, and that thing that eats suns or whatever. Third movie, Cybertron is trying to come eat Earth or whatever. Fourth movie, these aliens want to like terraform Earth. Fifth movie, they got to stop Unicron because he's Unicron's Earth. This movie, the plot did not seem as convoluted, right? It was very simple, straight to the point. I think they need to do something a little bit more than simple. And I think what would have been better was like just a little bit, just a little bit more depth for this movie, because that's what Transformers needs. It needs something a little bit different. It can't just keep doing like the basics.
They need a
gotta
straight
add a
up
little bit
Beast
more.
Wars movie. That's all. That's all they need. Nobody wants to watch these trucks transform and stuff. Give us Beast Wars.
Definitely got a lot
saying?
more Transformers though. That was everybody's complaint.
Still not enough.
It felt like they did it for me. They gave more Transformers than humans.
I mean, I was shocked it wasn't that much Terracons. I'll be honest with you. You know, a lot of Terracons, well, when they had the little minions come in, they all look the same. But the main 3 Terracons, Scourge, and
I want to see the
the other
Predacons,
2.
man. I don't care about no Terracons.
The main 3 Terracons, Scourge, and wait, wasn't there Predacons in the movie?
No, Predacons. That's
know,
all. That's Megatron. All them.
Wait, well, didn't they say Decepticons was in this movie too?
Decepticons. That'd be like that's different. Well, that's like
I was confused. They didn't really tell us which one was the Terracons and which one was the Decepticons. So I just assumed all of them.
It was just Terracons. There was no Decepticons and no Predacons in there. That's why I was like, there's none of Megatron's peoples in there. Like,
yeah, because when they marketed it, they were like saying, you know, it's going to be Autobots, Decepticons, Maximals, Terracons, and there was no Decepticons up in this movie.
Yeah, he probably gonna say them for the next joint.
You say that if it's the next one.
Yeah, if there's a next one.
Hopefully it's not the next one. Hopefully it'll stop.
See?
I can't do this. I can't do shit like this no more. They did this bullshit up in this movie. I was like, oh hell no.
Like Mark Wahlberg in the sequel to The Happening.
Yeah, like what is like
when he grabbed Optimus Prime's axe and held him, I was like, bruh, he was strong. He was strong. He held him. He did his thing. But bro, blew my mind.
Yeah, sure. You sure you want G.I. Joe and transfer? I think they're gonna fuck that up, bro. They're gonna fuck that up. They had a bunch of things built.
But what they have to do is they have to prioritize the cool G.I. Joe characters with the cool Transformers. Like, I ain't gonna lie, you gotta do like.
But who are the cool G.I. Joe characters? I don't know. So I was like Snake.
I mean, I only like Snake Eyes, but you gotta really prop up the coolest ones and pair them up with the cool Transformers.
That's what I'm about to ask.
Optimus, Bumblebee.
Are they gonna be matched up with Transformers as far as the G.I. Joe characters? It's basically
I think they might just do that. I think they're gonna do that. They're gonna team up and go into.
They're pretty much gonna be Power Rangers. They're gonna be Power Rangers. They might as well be Power Rangers, bro. Like
they're gonna be riding on top of the Transformers like.
Oh my god! Here we go. Just stupid spin-offs again. Really?
They definitely bringing Channing Tatum back.
They better bring back Marlon. I'm not lying. When I say I want to see Marlon Wayans back in the G.I. Joe movie, he was actually not bad in that movie.
What else does Hasbro? What else does Hasbro own?
Didn't they have on super suits?
Who? Super what?
Super suits.
I'll be right back.
Let me look at Hasbro.
Think they own like masks and.
I remember seeing they were like running through the subway or whatever, and they had on suits where they can jump through buildings or whatever. And that was the first G.I. Joe with Marlon and Channing Tatum.
Oh yeah. Garbage.
Yeah, super suit.
Yeah, garbage. Yeah, Joe.
All right, so this is pretty much Hasbro's brand. They only got much. They make other toys, but like these are big brands. Power Rangers, G.I. Joe, whatever this thing is on the end, Monopoly. The Monopoly, hey, put the Monopoly man up in these movies, I guarantee you the Monopoly man, do a movie about him for Optimus Prime and it's gonna make bank. I'm saying they should have went with Power Rangers instead. Power Rangers would have been the better.
No, we don't need no Power Rangers.
I wouldn't mind. Like that's I said, Michael Bay direct the Power Rangers movie.
You wouldn't mind him doing a Power Rangers movie?
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch that shit anyway. So
never mind, because I don't want to see what he's gonna do to the Pink Rangers. I'm good.
hey, he gonna have her bent over doing stuff.
Slow motion. The camera zooms with the lightning coming in real bright from one angle.
I don't know what Cole said because I stepped away, but Cole don't preach about nothing. Like nothing. There ain't nothing Cole says that's preaching. So please. Let's not give Cole credit.
I think we got the best acting from The Rock from Michael Bay.
Let me ask.
I said I think we got the best acting from The Rock from Michael Bay.
Oh.
Pain and Gain.
Oh yeah.
Still think this is his best performance.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Acting wise.
Well, let me ask. So, I mean, okay, they are bringing GI. They are going to bring in the GI Joe, but this is still going to be Transformers, led. But what do you think is like the next? Because I already set up Unicron. Unicron's the end all be all. But do you think they're trying to set up like Primus versus Unicron, or Megatron and Unicron working together for something?
I think they're gonna.
That's what I want to see. I want to see Primus versus Unicron. I
think they're gonna build up Megatron, and then he's gonna go through the whole. He's gonna get beat by Optimus, and then he's gonna turn into Galvatron, and the same old rinse and repeat shit.
Are you talking about doing more solo Transformers movies like Bumblebee?
No, they probably do it in the next one because this is supposed to be a 3-parter, right? It's a trilogy, yeah. So you can bring Megatron you can bring Megatron in the second one, have him lose at the end to Prime, get sent into space or whatever, and then meets up with fucking Unicron,
or
turns him into Galvatron.
Or what they should have done, they should have had like 2 post-credit scenes, the one with G.I. Joe, and then you see then you also see Megatron and Predacons and stuff like that. Like, you see the T-Rex. I want to see that. I want to see him as the T-Rex, and then like you'll have his T-Rex with whatever they're gonna have him in as his like robot form and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so will they introduce the G.I. Joe characters in the next Transformers movies or get them a solo project?
I feel like they're going to introduce them in the next movie, and then after how that second movie does, and they'll give them their own project. But like I said, G.I. Joe is going to benefit from this if they can keep the audience again, because we've seen, with the box office from 4 to 5 lost people. They knew they couldn't continue with that. They had to reboot. If they can keep people for this trilogy and the box office shows that people are engaged, that can guarantee G.I. Joe can spin off and at least do something, right? Yeah. You build them up through this bigger franchise, and now they get their own little spin-off TV show or movie. I think probably might do I think they should just do a Paramount original TV show for them, build them up, and then put them back in the third Transformers movie.
Mm-hmm. I'll be right back.
I mean, what's the box office total for China right now? Unless it hasn't released there yet.
Well, if it's China, usually it releases a couple of days before. Let me bring it up now.
Yeah,
but so we won't know until we won't know until tomorrow the full weekend result of this movie.
I see. Yeah, interested to know what the percentage will be like there in South Korea and such compared to North America.
All right, so these are the numbers so far for today. Mind you, it is Saturday. It's not Sunday. We'll know Sunday the full result. But right now it's doing better domestic than it is international.
Okay. And I was just playing. I do hope they bring in new actors to play G.I. Joe characters.
Yeah, but it might not be playing everywhere internationally yet.
Right.
So, yeah.
But right now, domestic it's hidden. International, it's nothing much yet.
Yeah.
But again, that's 1 day, right? 1 day total.
Well, because it came out, because they're going to count Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. They'll have all the numbers. Everything is set, and they're going to release the opening day weekend numbers.
Yeah,
Sunday.
They definitely haven't released it anywhere yet, or they just haven't released enough.
Thank you, Terrence. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Nah,
Jesus.
y'all the only two that grew with that G.I. Joe shit.
Thank you, Terry.
No. Okay, look. Power Rangers teaming up with the Transformers is going to put more butts in seats. There's probably one G.I. Joe member that can, do that. Snake Eyes. That's why I say you gotta take the best G.I. Joe characters and pair them up with the best Transformer characters, because you can't just force G.I. Joes in the lead.
It has to
That's
fit.
still Power Rangers.
Power Rangers don't fit though. You know what I mean? Power Rangers don't fit.
Well, because Anzo, you when you brought it up, because I just remembered in Bumblebee, Sector 7 is there. So, I mean, unless we're gonna have two secret organizations working together.
Okay, you know what? Actually, the more I think about it, I kind of changed my mind. I think G.I. Joe works better.
So
It does work better.
Who they gonna be fighting then?
What do you mean?
As far as the G.I. Joe characters, like what are they gonna be doing? I just need to know if these giant robots doing what they do.
It's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be the same thing. Like
it's gonna be Tyrese Mill all over again.
That's exactly what's gonna be. Yeah, that's exactly what's gonna be. But it makes more sense that it's G.I. Joe than just a regular group if you're gonna do that. You know what I mean? It makes sense that it's G.I. Joe.
Cobra got to be creating something that can pair up against the Transformers. That's got to be what it is, I'm guessing.
It'll be interesting. They might not even have Cobra in it yet. They might just have the G.I. Joes, working with or fighting against the Transformers.
Yeah. Or Cobra working with the Decepticons.
Or Cobra working with the Decepticons, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean they can definitely build them up a lot more to sort of Hobbs and Shaw style, where they can, fight them anyway with just guns and such if they wanted to.
That's facts, because The Rock was pulling helicopters in Hobbs and Shaw, so yeah, if they that strong, they good.
Yeah.
I think it would be better if they just get away from that G.I. Joe stuff and they reboot them completely in these movies. Give us new Roadblock, give us new Duke, give us new everybody. Just reboot them.
Yeah, for the G.I. Joe, if they're gonna do it, reboot the whole cast. Even reboot the dude that plays Snake Eyes in that G.I. Joe spinoff movie.
Oh yeah, you gotta forget that shit. Keep that shit out of it. Yeah.
Do it all fresh. Try to do a close to accurate G.I. Joes. And mind you, they need to gas up the G.I. Joes too. Like Snake Eyes, he gonna need some energy swords, so to cut through these Decepticons.
He gotta be on some Donnie Yen shit off of John Wick 4, basically.
Right. He gotta be doing some. They gotta be doing some. Don't give them powers, but they need weapons that aren't typical Earth weapons.
We already got the Fast and Furious people got powers, so we good.
Yeah, no Fast and Furious. No, don't work either. No, I don't want to see that
shit. Or look, better yet, you can do it like this. G.I. Joe, Fast and Furious, and Transformers all in one.
And Jurassic Park.
Oh my God, you guys are
I'm not go. I won't go far to Jurassic Park, but for sure with the throw Vin Diesel up in there. That's going to do crazy numbers.
I'm just saying, there's video games, driving video games where there's dinosaur maps where they drive off the dinosaur tails. They could do that.
Why don't they just fucking spin off Godzilla with Fast and the Furious? That could be.
Hell yeah. Yeah, they can have King Kong grab them, just chuck them.
Now, Vin Diesel car actually turned into a Transformer. That'll be different. All right,
or Vin Diesel turns into a Godzilla, and then we just get this hybrid. But you know what would be lit? A lot of people don't know this. This is a deep cut. The Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad? That should be fire, because that's pretty much Tekken on that shit.
Yeah, Terrence makes a good point. Your selection of the roster, they got to be specific. Can't just be any old G.I. Joe. Because they have to. I think what they need to do, they need to pair them up with characters that work with them. Mirage is already paired up with Noah. That trash freaking Noah.
But you
Yeah,
need
I
to pair
put
them
Tom
up.
Holland in there. Yeah, I put Tom Holland in there.
Man, freak that dude,
I'm
Tom
gonna say, what
Holland.
we put Tom Holland in there for?
Keep Tom Holland away from my
Hey,
Transformers.
just be like,
No,
oh,
no,
Tom
no, no,
Holland's
no.
in it. You know what I'm saying? People go in there.
No,
People go there.
no,
You gotta
no,
get
no,
people
no.
that
You-
familiar.
Man, we just
You
get
put
Tobey
him in
Maguire,
there.
man. We good.
No, you put Tom Holland in there, so then he dies.
Tom Holland only make money when it comes to Spider-Man movies. I noticed that.
True.
Nobody else wants him.
The Spider-Man movies are the best. You know?
In about 10 minutes, guys, and get ready to close up. But I mean, this
Let's
movie
see.
was
Well, it was below average, but that's
You're a
a
hater, K-Dot.
it's a below average, you know. It's a movie. It's a cool.
below average is top 3 for Transformers films, though.
It's not better than the original 80s movies for me, and it's not better than the first movie.
Are you really going to count the 80s film? It's like completely
Yeah, it's a
different.
Transformers movie.
Well, the
Yeah,
Transformers
I-
movie is the best. Like, there's nothing that beats that.
I appreciate this movie holding back on the racism, so I'm good with it.
Well,
What
we
you
needed
mean?
a collab. Listen, we needed a collab with them and The Birth of a Nation.
Oh wow.
Now we gotta bring back Mudflap and Skids. Carry this franchise.
Yeah.
You see the way he treated Anthony Anderson in the first movie?
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey, Anthony was funny though. He was.
Come on.
He should have stayed in the movies. He was funny.
No, it wasn't. That was that silly bullshit that I'm
Yes.
talking about. You know what
Yes.
I mean? Silly bullshit. You know what I mean? There's so much silly bullshit in that. The parents were garbage. You know what I mean? And then you had the Anthony Anderson stuff. Nah, man. This one
Loud
was
black
more,
dude.
you know, was more down to earth, more realistic with the characters. That's what I appreciated about it.
Anthony
Realistic up to a point.
Anderson was more realistic than any of the characters in this movie.
Absolutely not.
Because not at that part when they gave him the donuts and he started eating it and he snitched on that white girl. That's
Man,
real life.
I
That
started
is
thinking
real
about
life.
me, myself, and Irene. Nah.
You know?
Nah.
He snitched on that white girl quick. He wasn't about to let her take him down for her bullshit that she was doing. He dropped her.
I watch Romeo Must Die.
Good movie.
You know, there's a joke I can make now that I'm sure Onzo knows, but what somebody else should have done there. Look him.
What's that?
The thing Kate also was talking about. I was gonna say, somebody else should have done that real quick. With white girl.
I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry.
I'll repeat it. Kate also that scene.
Anthony Anderson when he snitched on the white girl in Transformers 1.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There's maybe an actor should have done that as well in real life. Onzo.
I got you. But I don't know, man. I can't take those Michael Bay ones, man. You know, they have some good fighting scenes in it. Good, like I think, especially in the second one. I know you guys don't like, and I don't like the second one either. But I think that forest scene with Prime, was really good. You know what I mean? Yep. But that's why I didn't like the first one. Because Prime was a bitch in the first one. Megatron beat Prime at the end of that fucking movie. I didn't like it.
Because you have to remember, Megatron is an actual soldier.
I don't want to hear it.
Prime used to
they're
be
brothers.
Prime used to be a librarian.
I don't want to hear it.
Prime would get his ass whooped throughout those movies, and he have to come back at the end all the time.
Yeah,
that's always what happens.
But I mean, Megatron beating him up in the first movie, I was okay with. But Megatron was an actual soldier. He was a soldier his life.
But Megatron beat him at the end, right? There was no first fight scene Prime losing and then winning at the end. No,
Prime always gets clapped though.
No,
he always got clapped.
In the movies, he's always getting clapped.
Yes, no.
In the second, third movie,
Bumblebee was stronger than Prime in all Michael Bay movies.
Absolutely not. In every other movie after the first one, Prime claps everybody.
After he power up at the end.
In the forest scene, he went through, I'll take you all on, and he fucked them all up. The only reason why
he got fucked up.
The only reason why he
Let me
got,
tell y'all what he did to
the
Megatron.
only reason why he got stabbed is because he started looking for Sam, and Megatron snuck up behind him. Right in the
Did
third
you watch the
one,
second movie? Bro went and got some wings and some sword and everything by the end of the movie.
Yeah,
We had to wait
But
3.5 hours.
right, it was him by himself who
because
took
he
out
died. But what I'm
Megatron
telling
and the
you,
Fallen.
right? But what I'm telling you is that in that fight scene, the only reason why he dies is because Megatron sneaks up on him. Other than that, he was bodying everybody. What are we
So
talking
he supposed
about
to play
here?
fair? No, he ain't no.
Yeah, but you guys said he gets slapped up, and he doesn't.
He did.
That's what I'm saying. No, he didn't.
He did, man.
No, he didn't. No, he
Look,
didn't.
even
Megatron gonna pull up in this next movie in the Tesla truck. That's gonna be his
How
disguise.
many times did Bumblebee have to come
look at
through
this, look
for
at this.
Prime
Kick the nigga out the ship.
in the Michael Bay movies?
He was Prime.
What's that?
Prime knows how to. He was.
Yeah,
fighting.
Prime bodies everybody after that first movie.
I mean, when he was in Ryan Pax, I mean, he was like a librarian. Let's be honest. He was because
he was in the field.
This like because in Transformers 1,
he was never a
Megatron
librarian.
was a soldier for a long time. Prime is a rebel fighter. So
But he was never a librarian. What the fuck are we talking about here?
Well, wasn't he working?
You remember? Hold on, Kayla, you remember?
The records and stuff. Ryan Pax. He wasn't a fighter. He was
working. He wasn't a fighter, but it wasn't a.
Kayla, you remember? You remember that Boondocks episode where they had Grandpa? He was at the riots, and he came into the riots with a fucking raincoat. He's like, "You came here with a motherfucking raincoat." That's about this Prime. That shit was funny as hell.
He started when the riot was over too.
He's like, I thought we was on. That shit was funny as hell.
When they bringing in Obama.
Hold up.
Shout out to Boondocks.
Yeah, honestly, wasn't Orion like some keeper of some records? He was Orion. Oh, he was a dock worker.
Yeah, something.
Yeah,
like that.
he was never a soldier.
No, he wasn't a soldier. But still,
he was never him.
But when you get and especially in the cartoon, the matrix of leadership, you learn all the knowledges of the previous primes before that, right? But my point is, Prime has never got bodied by Megatron, and I didn't like that. I don't mind if you're gonna do it like in this one, like in the beginning of the movie where he first has the fight with Scourge, he pretty much gets. I wouldn't say he gets bodied, but Scourge.
He got washed.
Don't mind. That I don't mind. But then the second fight, Scourge was no match for Prime.
Shout out to Optimus Prime on having to save Optimus Prime, the real Prime.
Well, he didn't really save him.
He was about to fly off. He was about to sacrifice himself like a dummy.
Yeah, but that's Prime though. That's what Prime do. That's not being a dummy. That's what Prime does. You know what I mean? He was gonna sacrifice himself in the first one, and then
he's like, I'm sad about my homie dead, so I'm gonna sacrifice myself so everybody.
He was gonna sacrifice himself in the first one. What are you talking about here? Nah. And Samuel Wookiee had to put the fucking box in Megatron. And Prime says, and K-Dot just played the clip. Oh, if anything happens, I will put the cube in me and sacrifice myself. That's what Prime is. That's what he's always done.
Prime was gonna sacrifice himself.
Yeah, that's what Prime.
Yeah, that's why Big Prime.
Using that as an excuse, don't hold no weight, perp. Sorry.
Optimus.
Go out fighting.
You guys haters, bro. You just mad because you want to see.
He takes the coward's way. I'm gonna delete myself.
Hey, the best way to save the planet. Now, I didn't like that shit either, but that's Michael Bay shit. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. That's the Michael Bay shit. I don't like that shit. That's why I don't like the first one. But in the rest of them after that, Prime does not act like that in any way.
Bro, he got killed in the second one. He had to lay out. Then they
oh my God, he got killed by he got killed because he was trying to protect the humans, bro. It's not like they just killed him.
It was dumb.
Man,
all right, you guys.
Optimus Prime. All right, I can't do this. Optimus Prime in the Bay movies was doing his thing. When he first came out the gate, he cared about humanity. He felt bad that their problems was about to be their ruin. So he's willing to sacrifice himself for humanity.
Absolutely.
That's Optimus Prime. He has type of person.
that's what
the
he
way
was
he
doing.
did it though was dumb.
Yes.
He was getting pumped by humans.
I want to see like they should just
Hey,
just
hold
come in
on.
and just make a evil uh um Optimus Prime where he's just like, you know what, fuck all humans, you know,
And I
all
would
that
watch
shit.
that. Thank you.
I'm a Jaegerist. I'm just gonna destroy everything.
Yo, Loki. Like, where's this Optimus Prime hate coming from? This is
It
why
ain't
you
hate.
lose all.
It was just
This
the
is
way
why
they
you
made him
lose.
in the movies.
This is
He
why
was
you
getting
lose
pumped by
all your
humans.
verses. This is why you lose all your verses. You know what I mean? This is why you always
Even
get
Grandpa
smoked.
Prime, old buddy who turned on him, he was like, "Man, you out here listening to these humans? Why the fuck you listening to these humans? I'm out of here. You
But
stupid."
that's what
He
Prime
should
always
he should have been like
did, though.
because of the script. They told me
But this is what
to.
Prime always did, though. I don't
Yeah.
get it. That's what Prime was always about. Like, what are we talking about here?
And they turned on him every time. Like, bro, you can't make something happen. You need to leave. They made them leave Earth.
Yeah,
Like, y'all need to
no,
go.
that was always Prime. Just
It'd be funny to see Optimus be like, you know what? Y'all handle this shit yourselves. I'm done. Like, I'm tired of y'all.
And they was gonna do that. They was basically like, "Yeah, well, all right, go ahead."
Nah, Prime was. That's the thing. Prime had never planned to leave. That's why they had the ship that was empty, right? They never
But he
planned
should
to
have,
leave it.
so they could have suffered.
Oh my god, what's wrong with you guys, bro? I thought K-Dot's takes were bad. Now I got fucking low key on this.
You know what was missing from this Transformers film?
No, we don't, and we don't want to hear it either, Cole.
What? I'm just saying. Why didn't the gorilla say the N-word once?
You see what I'm saying? How did I know? That's why I said we didn't want to hear it.
What?
I'm saying it feels a little unrealistic, don't you think?
We'll go 5 more minutes, guys. Oh yeah, let me talk about Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime was the Optimus Prime we needed in this movie. He was Optimus, but he was barely up in his thing. I'm still tripping. What tripped me out was how he caught up the Air Razor. He was moving quick. He's moving faster than Optimus too when he was in his car. But I was like, dang, he quick. He was booking. But
Yeah, I just wish they would have done more with the Maximals. That's it. You know, like the only ones that really talked were Air Razor and Optimus Primal. Rhinox didn't say shit, and I was like, yo, like.
See, if this would have been Michael Bay, we would have had a good 3 hours. We would have got all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we also would have got in an hour of shitty jokes with the human characters.
Because he didn't bring the dinosaurs in to the end of the other movie, so yeah, never mind.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think in this one it was lacking some music and sound design from the Michael Bay ones. I thought the Michael Bay ones did that really well in the light, and in this one it kind of lacked there, definitely. I wasn't really a fan of the licensed music they used.
The music to me was it's just I didn't like how the song played in the final fight. I thought
the music in what? This movie?
Yeah, I didn't hate all the song choices, but that song playing in the final fight,
like all old people music.
The soundtrack was fucking fire. What are we talking about here?
I did like the music. That's one thing I did.
Oh my gosh, nerd man!
I like the music.
Can we stop using like Biggie tracks in fucking movies? Can we like
Why?
I'm so over that shit. I'm over that shit. Like there's other 90s shit that you could play. Like let's play some
Little Yachty.
Let's play some Big L. Let's play some Big L. You know what I'm saying? Like why not play? Like they just go to the most generic Biggie songs, bro. Like
where's the? Let me see where the director's from.
Commercial. Big popular songs. They're not gonna play Big L when half of the people don't know who Big L is.
Some people don't know who the fuck Wu-Tang is though, so it's like
what?
You're out of your mind.
So you're gonna tell me like a teenager knows. You gonna tell me a teenager listens to Wu-Tang?
Popular than Big L, yes, 100%.
Wu-Tang is global.
You know what I mean?
That doesn't mean that like a kid that's younger than us is going to listen to that though.
But he's not going to know who Big L is.
He looks like he's just an.
I'm just saying, like we could go like, you know how many times they've used like Kanye's Power in like every single fucking trailer. I was like, bro, we got other songs you could use, bro. It's just like, why not?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, and you're right. Yeah,
that power song resonates. That's a dope song. You play that many occasions.
They play that shit too much times. Like they go to the like two Kanye tracks.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's on University Works for all.
Big L is hard. Goes hard. Was he in this movie? Like a song of his?
No.
No. Okay. Well. Anyway, I just
94. It's 94 anyway. So
yeah. Just to I just wanted to see what it was about. Just watch the beginning. It's unwatchable, dude.
Yeah, it's garbage. It's garbage.
Oh my! The climax opening is better than this movie's opening.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no, the climax is better.
No, it's not.
Shia LaBeouf and his parents.
I said that too. All Michael Bay's climaxes, even in his worst movies, are better than the climax of this movie.
No, that's what you said.
No, but the movies are worse. The whole body of the movie.
Rise of the Beast ain't much better either. It's the same.
Okay, this is why.
Average.
Rise of the Beast was
writing
so
it
bad. Okay, I just saw who the director was of Rise of the Beast. Yeah, it's the guy who did the worst Creed film. That makes sense.
Which one was the worst Creed film? There was no bad Creed film.
I was about to say because I like all.
No, Creed 2 was all right.
What are you talking about?
No bad Creed movies, in my opinion.
No.
Kick this man.
Right.
I didn't say it was bad. It's easily the worst though.
Like they made Rocky 4 better as far as Creed 2. They gave
you are correct. Anyway,
they didn't spend any time. They didn't spend any time on him.
I just came on to say that you're capping hard for these Transformers movies before this. I think it's all this nostalgia stuff. It's like everything
nostalgia?
And it's not true.
As a film, they're far more cinematic. Let's make that clear. This movie,
my God,
felt like a bunch of. This movie right here was trying to sell toys. This was selling toys to the highest degree.
And the Bay movies were too.
Bring back them G1 designs. Rhinox barely talking. You just want to have him appear. So ooh, let me buy the Rhino toy, mommy.
They didn't bring back the G1 designs though. There was no G1 designs in this movie.
They RC
was the only one.
RC looked pretty much like her G. Wait, another good thing I'll say, like I said earlier, RC. Shouts to the voice actor Liza Koshy. She did some good work voice acting. I didn't recognize her.
If this movie wasn't called Rise of the Beast, it's okay, right? Because it's talking about
no beast rise in this movie.
The beast Transformers, the ones that because all the rest of the Transformers were they had their moments. There was the Spanish one who talked for a little bit. There was all the different.
That was horrible.
And they had better characters than the ones in the former movies.
There was barely characters in this movie.
Quite good.
Nerdman, you watch Beast Wars?
I've never seen Beast Wars, no.
Oh man,
you talking about
Nerdman doesn't like Transformers, so
I think they're toys. They're just a toy commercial. The whole cartoon concept
is more than that, though. Stop.
They're more than meets the eye, right, man?
Exactly.
What you talking about? The 3D cartoon?
Yeah,
the Beast Wars. Yeah, Beast Wars.
It's terrible animation, but that shit's that shit had some great storylines. Waspinator alone could just have his own little standalone short film.
The first season.
I'm gonna go watch Beast Wars right now. This shit ain't popping.
But no. You can't. But the thing is, no, Nerdman, you can't watch the first season though. The first season is pretty bad. I didn't like the first season. It gets better in the second season. But let me give you an episode to watch. I'll put it in the private chat. All right.
I'm telling you, when you hear that theme song, you're gonna be like, all right, I'm into it, because that Beast Wars theme song is fire. Nah, that shit's fire, bro. That shit's classic.
Yeah. The Beast Wars.
It's not.
That Transformers 3 completely unwatched. I'll try and watch the rest of it just so.
You just watched the wait. Did you watch this whole? Which part did you get to? Because this opening is
unwatchable, dude. It's it's not even a film. It's just a bunch of scenes. It's
that's the opening. Wait. How far did you watch?
Am I supposed to care about this character because his mum and dad are coming to visit him and he's wanting a
Oh,
job?
you watched that far?
Like
You
the
never
first
watched the whole
20 minutes,
movie.
that's no Transformers, bro.
I was on the
That's
bad
the
guy
same
side.
thing for Rise of the Beast. It's the same exact thing for Rise of the Beast. They open with the Transformers in 3, and in the first act, humans, and then it's the same exact thing. This one I'm talking about. All
Yeah,
these
but the
people that
humans
don't
are
like the
better.
Bay
The
movies.
story is better of the
Humans. Why are there so many humans? As soon as the movie opening is done with the Beast War, with the Beast Maximal, it's humans.
Yeah, but the
Look,
story.
I don't care if the humans are more bearable or not. They shouldn't be getting this much screen time in no way, shape, or form. This is not about them. It's like when you go watch a Superman movie. It ain't about Lois Lane. It's not about Jimmy Olsen. It's about Superman. Superman should be getting majority of the screen time. It's his movie. Same thing with the Batman movie.
I agree with that.
Batman. It's right. This about them. It's not about these humans. Even if they're slightly more likable, I don't care if they're slightly more likable. I'm not here for them. I came for
You
the
think
people in the title of the movie.
Dark of
Them
the
being
Moon sold the
slightly more
Transformers
likable
more?
makes it a better movie. That's the whole argument.
But
not
3
a-
is a better movie.
And the acting is
Look,
better.
let me show you a scene from
It's
3.
not-
Let me show you a scene from 3 better than the scene with Mirage
in the
and
beginning of that Transformers movie was terrible, dude. It was terrible. Shia LaBeouf, all of it was bad.
No, I'll show you
Nah,
a
bro.
scene where
Tyrese was
Shia's
good in that
acting
one
is
though.
better than any of
No.
right
Nah,
here.
Tyrese
This
was
scene right here with Bumblebee and Sam, way better than any of Mirage and Noah's acting. This right here was way more emotional, so it was more cinematic too. The score is better, everything. This scene from the 3rd movie with Bumblebee and Shia, and they are companions.
Nerdman, I put in the private chat. That's the episode that connects the Beast Wars to the G1 Transformers.
I'm gonna step away after I see the scene that you're talking about.
It's way better than any of the moments between Mirage and Noah.
Goodbye, my old friend. You're mine now.
Once again, Bumblebee always coming through.
I'm gonna help him. What are you doing? I'm gonna help him. You can't help him.
What's her name in this movie?
She's not in this movie.
She ain't in it. This guy gets girls that are finer than a motherfucker, don't he?
You know what I'm saying?
I'm a boss, man. Do his thing.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
Way better than that Noah and Mirage sequence where Mirage almost died.
Okay, so
Is that
you
the
know what
sequence you're talking about? I thought it was getting to it.
That was it. It was nothing. You know what sequence did bother me though? Was when he was talking to his brother under Mirage, and his brother was on the
was whack too.
Yeah, I didn't like that. That took too long.
Honestly, if it was a little brother in the movie instead of Noah, I'd be a lot better.
All right, I'm gonna go check out this Beast Wars. Enjoy.
Yeah, man.
These guys.
Yeah, enjoy that toy show.
Yeah, way better than Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, it was better than Mark Wahlberg, but these ones were better than both of them, Shia LaBeouf and Mark Wahlberg.
I
would give Noah something if he needed to be here, but he did not need to be here.
I mean, acting wise, yes. Character wise, no, because he didn't have a purpose.
Yeah, he did. He was trying to help his brother, and he decided he was going to help save the world because he lived on Earth and didn't want it to be destroyed.
He didn't need to be there.
Dominique Fishback had more purpose. She was way more interested and engaged. She actually wanted to help them out. She didn't want to try and keep them from going home and be a douchebag about it.
Oh yeah, she should have been the lead and then him the support.
Right. If it was just her and her bonding with the Transformers and stuff, I would have been fine with that.
I think it was her acting. She was just like not overacting. She was out acting old buddy. Like,
I don't think so.
In my opinion.
She was doing some good
She was,
acting.
she was more tame because Dominique Fishback to me, I mean, she
Her,
had some good acting.
my favorite scene with her, like I said, was the scene where she throws the piece to the guy and says it's yours, and then when she's running down the stairs, she's like, "Stop following me." That was classic. That's a classic what a black person would have done. So that part I like. But she was good. She was good. But again, those two characters were better than any characters in any of the Michael Bay movies. Any of them. Like, not even Kelsey Grammer could fucking save that movie, man.
Nah, I'm still going with Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox.
Garbage. Megan Fox doesn't need to be there. Like you say, he don't need to be there. Why does Megan Fox need to be there?
Huh? Once again, what G.I. Joe gonna do?
Can someone explain to me why Megan Fox needs to be there? Huh, K-Dot? If you're gonna complain about Noah not needing to be there, Megan Fox didn't need to be
there. She didn't need to be there either.
Huh? Because she followed Sam.
Oh, and so Sam was just yelling Optimus all the time.
No. Let me break down what happened. So remember. No, let me break it down. Because remember, at the beginning of the movie, Michaela wasn't messing with Sam. She was dating the douchebags and stuff. She was trying to go home. Sam gave her a ride. So they bonded a little bit and they talked and, was chatting and everything. Sam was running from barricade. He passed by her and her friends. They was at some restaurant. He flipped over, fell down. Michaela was curious by what's going on with Sam, and she followed him. And then she ran into Sam and barricade.
What is your point? Like, you're telling me all of this stuff. What does that have to do with her helping out the Transformers? Why does she need to be there?
She's there she's there just by the situation of it.
So was Noah.
No, but Noah didn't. Why did Mirage take Noah in the car? Why did he have to take it? But why did Mirage have to take Noah?
Because he tells you, Prime, when you sent the message, he was already in the car.
And he kicked him when he got to the warehouse. He literally kicked him out the car. He could have kicked him out the car and still left.
Yeah, but he didn't kick him out the car because by that time the cops were chasing him, shooting bullets at them and everything, bro.
Like, no, the cop didn't shoot yet.
Yes, the cop did. Well, the cop didn't shoot, but the cop was there. Get out the car.
But he didn't shoot him. He could have pushed him out the car.
Yeah, and then the guy's going to go to jail for stealing a car.
Yeah, fine. But that's not Mirage's problem. Mirage is supposed to get the Optimus Prime.
But that's not what they are, though. That's not what Bumblebee wouldn't have done that. He could have kicked fucking Megan Fox out the car many times when they were being chased.
But he was with Sam, so he wasn't going to just boot her out
why not?
Because Sam wanted her to be there.
So she didn't need to be there, though.
That's my point.
But my point is, K-Dot, you are complaining about Noah not needing to be there, but I'm explaining to you that she did not need to be there either. Yes, it is.
Noah is in a position Sam is in.
Okay,
he's the lead human,
right? Yes,
he's a lead human that's supposed to, that's his. All right, Noah's connection between him and Optimus is fine, but he still did not need to be here.
Neither did Megan Fox, though.
But she's a side. She's a side character.
But she didn't need to be there. That's my point. You could say she's a side character or whatever. She did not need to be there.
She didn't need to, but it's not the same as Noah.
It's the exact same thing.
Dominique Fishback had more purpose in the story with helping the Transformers than Noah did. Noah did not need to be there at all.
Neither did Megan.
Yeah, nobody's disagreeing with that.
But Megan's not in the situation that Sam is in. She's literally.
You're making excuses. You're making excuses.
Just the main girl for him.
But if you're gonna say that Noah didn't need to be there, then you can't sit and make an argument and say that fucking Megan needed to be there because she didn't.
They're not the same type of character.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does matter. There. Noah's the main. Who's the main protagonist of the movie? Who's the main character we're following? It's Noah.
Okay.
Sam's the main character of Transformers. Megan Fox, just like Dominique Fishback, was supporting to Noah.
But Dominic needed to be there more than Noah did.
I agree.
Okay, so what I'm trying to explain to you, it doesn't matter if we're following Noah or we're following Dominique or we're following Megan or we're following fucking Shia LaBeouf. That's not what I'm saying. The point is you're complaining that he didn't need to be there. Well, she didn't need to be there either. She brought nothing to it.
But this is my point. He's the main character. He needs to offer the most, unlike our side character. Sam offers more because he's literally in the plot. Like,
well, Sam didn't really need to be there either.
But at that point, they started to protect him because the Decepticons is trying to kill him and get the glasses and the coordinates.
Which he could have just gave to fucking Optimus Prime, said, "Here, it's your problem now," and left. So he didn't need to be there either.
I mean, but at that point,
okay,
look,
then.
No, Anzo, you have to look at the situation and why Sam is there. Bumblebee is coming to Sam. He needs to protect him. The Decepticons know he got the glasses. Sector 7 knows he got it. And the Autobots know he got it. The Decepticons want to kill him, all that, and get this stuff.
Okay, but if he gives them, if he gives the glasses to them, then there's no need for Sam. There's no need for the Decepticons to kill him. There's no need for nothing. He could have just gave him the glasses.
Right. No, not really, because Sam, a lot of times in the movie, was sticking up for the Autobots and helping them out so you can have them establish that human connection.
But he didn't need to. What are we talking about here? Like, we're talking about these Transformer movies don't need the humans, and now you're making excuses for why the humans are there.
I'm not saying Shia needs to be there either, but Shia had more reason to be there than Noah. Dominic Fishback has more reason than Noah to be in this story.
I disagree.
Than Noah.
I disagree. Because Noah knows, right? So first off, in the first Transformers, they weren't even planning on destroying Earth. It was just to get the glasses and get back to Cybertron. At least in this one, they're trying to destroy the planet, right? They're trying to destroy Earth. They're going to send Unicron over there to eat the planet. So if that's not enough to make someone go in and help, then I don't know what is. It's more motivation to go help them to save the planet than it was for fucking Shia LaBeouf.
No, because it was okay. In the situation with Sam and B, Sam started getting suspicious of B. He was tripping out about this talking car. When Barricade was trying to kill them, Bumblebee protected them. And then Sam started to open up a little bit more to Bumblebee because he protected him from this other Transformer. In this movie, because this is the thing. If Mirage had it planned before that, okay, I'm going to use this human and persuade him to get this little thing for us. Cool. But he didn't know that. Optimus told him, come meet us at the warehouse. That's it. That's it. He had no reason to take him there unless Mirage is just bad at doing what he need to do. Just taking humans any and everywhere.
Well, that's why Prime says you brought a human here, and Prime gets mad at him. But my point is, for him to stick around because Unicron is going to destroy his planet is more sense and makes more logic for him to help them out than Shia LaBeouf's character does.
But the same thing with Noah. Shia started becoming invested with the mission and what they're doing when Optimus explained everything, broke it down. And
but Earth wasn't in trouble. He could have been like, "That's not my problem."
Yes, it was.
Later. No, it wasn't. They weren't planning on destroying Earth. They were looking for the. No, they weren't. They were looking for the cube so that they could rebuild Cybertron. That's what it was all about. It was getting that cube so they could rebuild Cybertron, not destroying Earth. In this one, Unicron's coming to destroy Earth. So obviously everybody's going to want to get in there and help.
But in the process of trying to get this cube, we saw all the death and destruction that happened with them trying to get this cube.
But they weren't trying. But it wasn't a global event, though, right? Once they get
the cube, become a global event.
But once they get the cube, they're going back to Cybertron to rebuild Cybertron. That was the whole Megatron's whole plan. That's why Optimus Prime sent the cube into space, because they didn't want Megatron to be able to build an army on Cybertron. So it was all about Cybertron. Earth was fine. So Noah could have given him the glasses.
Because remember when the cube activated on Earth and it started turning the electronics into Transformers?
Yes, I know, but that was an accident. It wasn't like they planned to do that. No, it wasn't an accident. Megatron did that so that he could fight the Autobots, right? Because he was outmanned. But that wasn't the whole plan of the story. That's what I'm trying to explain. The Earth wasn't going to be destroyed. That wasn't the plan. This one, if you're sitting there talking to these big ass robots and you can help them from destroying your planet, you're gonna do something. It makes more sense than Shayla LaBeouf just saying, "Oh, I want to help you guys get back to your planet."
Let me show you a scene because this has to do with Sam's character, right? Of being this normal kid that wants to do more in life. Even he even talked about it in the third movie where he's working as some desk job and he's like, I saved the world and stuff. Why am I doing this shit?
Back at your life, don't you want?
Look, this scene right here pretty much speaks to what Sam's character is. This scene right here, this line right here, what he tells the Megan Fox character. Let me know if you can hear it.
Yeah.
Any more questions you want to ask?
Anzo, can you hear it?
Yeah. You can hear it.
Okay.
He wants us to get in the car.
And go where?
50 years from now, when you're looking back at your life, don't you want to be able to say you had the guts to get in the car?
So that's the reason why he needs to be there. Him and Megan Fox could have walked away from that scene and never get back. He doesn't need to be there.
No. But at this point, they don't have the glasses yet.
Kata, he don't need to be there. He could have turned away.
No. At this point in the movie, this is not when he doesn't even have the glasses.
It don't matter if he has the glasses or not. He could have.
Yes, it does because they need the glasses for the coordinates.
But he could have walked away though. He could have walked away.
He could have walked away, but that's not in Sam's character. This this character.
My point is, you're making these excuses. He does not.
It's right there in the dialogue, right
there.
Yes, he does.
He got in the car because he wanted. He's like, "Do you want to see what's going on with these robots?" That's why he got there. It's not like he was doing it because he needed to help.
Right, because he was interested. Noah's only there because of money. Noah's only there because of money.
No, that's not true.
And so he can help.
That is not true. No.
And then the motivation changed.
No, he was there because he found out that this fucking big planet was coming to destroy the Earth. That part was a bonus. That part was to help him get the little piece that they were missing. But like, what are we talking about here? His motivation is, we need to get in this car because 30 years from now, do you want to regret not getting in the car? Like, what are we talking about here? No, that has nothing to do with him needing to be there. That has nothing to do with him needing to be there.
Because Sam, this is Sam.
Bro, that has nothing to do with him needing to be there. But that has nothing to do.
Intrigued to go along on this adventure.
That has nothing to do with him needing
but
to
Noah
be there.
Noah did not need to be at the warehouse. That's the point, Anzo. He did not need to be at the warehouse for the plot, for story reasons. He had no reason.
Neither does Sam, because Sam doesn't need to get into that car.
Yes, he does. Because at this point in the movie, they don't got the glasses yet that they need.
Okay, but they're not going for the glasses.
And Sam's still confused. He doesn't know that they want the glasses. It's not so Optimus explains it.
Right. So he could have been like, well, fuck that. No, I don't need to go in this car. And he could have bounced. He does not.
Because at this point, he was invested to stick along.
What WS says is correct. He wanted to be there. Yes.
Right.
He does not need to be there.
All right. But it was developed enough for him to want to be there.
But
not
he
in
does
this
not
movie.
Need to
not
be
in this
there.
Movie. In the first, Anzo,
like,
first
what are you arguing about with me, K-Dot? He does not need
as a character. He doesn't need to be. We all agree Dominique Fishback is way more important. So why is she not leading the story? Okay, she was the better actor in the movie.
You're arguing two different things. I'm telling you, he does not need to be there. This is the argument that.
Oh, do you see what I'm saying?
He does not need to be there. He wanted to be there, yes, but he does not need to be there. So you're Shia LaBeouf's character.
No, the situation he was put in, make it warranted with Anthony Ramos. It really didn't.
No, you're right. He didn't need to be there. That's what I'm saying. He didn't need to.
But he chose to stick along. What I'm saying is Noah had no look. If there was a good reason for Noah to be there, end up at the warehouse, all that, fine. That is not good. That's not a good enough reason for me. The reason in Transformers 1 is much better.
It's not.
It's much better reasoning.
It is.
It's not. It hands down is
Y'all
not.
can dislike the movie if y'all want, but it is better reasoning,
Hands
and
down,
it has
it
to
does
do
not.
with the plot.
It hands down, it does not.
Because
is a good
because what I said earlier, the movie, the whole first act could have been about building up the Autobots, talking about their day-to-day life on Earth and stuff, and showing Optimus, just getting tired and restless of being on Earth for these past 7 years. And then you're building up Dominique Fishback's character. She's at the museum. She's has this lady here taking credit from her, all this and everything, but she's still persistent. Then she, mess with the statue, turns it on. And that's when the Autobots and Terracons all converge on her. And that's when she meets the Autobots because they're here to find the thing, but they see this human is there and they decide to protect her. And so she doesn't get hurt.
Okay,
And
but
then,
you could say that for every single Transformer movie. You could say that for every single one of them, because every single one of them, they have an opening scene, and then after that, it's some bull. We got to watch fucking Sam Witwicky go to college, right? You understand? When they could have been building up.
And I agree with you, but Sam was built up better from the first film.
No, he was not.
Mm-hmm.
No, he was not. Absolutely not. 100%. The motivation for Noah going to help makes more sense than Sam. Sam could have just fucking give the glasses away and never looked back. He didn't need to be there. This guy's like, right, I'm going to save my planet.
But at that point, remember, they all went to his house. Sector 7 is already, going at him. Sector 7 is literally at his house because they suspect that he's with the Autobots, and they're looking for the glasses too. And at that point, he has to stick with them so he can protect them.
No, he doesn't. He could have given the glasses. I gave the glasses to these guys. I gave the glasses to these guys. I have nothing else to do with this. I'm going back to live my life.
As I said,
what are we talking about here?
He wanted to be there, same as Noah wanted to be there. What I'm saying is how Sam was built up in wanting to be there was a lot better.
I disagree.
Way better. Noah being there is just like, why? Because there's no other reason Mirage would keep this human in the car and endanger him like that. Like, he shouldn't be doing that. They're supposed to be, there's supposed to be robots in the skies and all that.
Sense.
Hmm?
Yeah, with Shia LaBeouf, it actually made sense. Yeah, he shouldn't have been in the car to begin with.
Wait. Hold up. I gotta call somebody real quick.
So, first off, Shia LaBeouf, like I said, yes, there was a part where, Bumblebee chose him and he bought the car and whatever, all of that bullshit. Yes. But at one point, he could have just left. He could have simply left. He didn't need to be there. That's my point. I'm saying he does not need to be there.
And same with Ramos, but what we're saying is how they got there.
No, but what I'm saying with Ramos makes more sense because he was trying to save his planet from being destroyed as well. Like, it wasn't just about, let me get in this car and find out what's going on here. He's trying to save the fucking Earth. I think that's a good reason to stick around with the Transformers.
Shouldn't have got in that car in the first place, so made no sense.
He was trying to steal it. What do you mean it made no sense? He was trying to steal the car. That's why he got into it.
Yeah, and they should have just kicked him out.
And Mirage wouldn't kick him out. So what are we talking about here?
Yeah, and which is dumb. Made no sense.
But why though?
Oh my god, it's just stupid. They wouldn't do that.
Why wouldn't they do that?
Because then they wouldn't put him in danger later.
So they didn't put no humans in danger in Transformer movies, right? They didn't put no humans in danger. What are we talking about here?
I mean, sometimes, yeah, because they have no choice. But there was a choice there.
There was lots of time where there's no choice. They had the little girl in the first one who built her own robot. She didn't need to be there, but what's his name takes him with her. Like, what are we talking about here?
Yes, this time, no, they did have a choice.
Who had a choice?
Oh my god, they kick out Ramos.
They had choices in all the other ones too. What are you talking about? I just
not
told
as
you.
Much.
Yes, they did. They had this little girl who made her own robot, and they could have let her go on her way, but no, they're like, no, you need to come with us because you're part of the family. What are we talking about here?
Okay, no. Okay, well, that was stupid. Most of them, no, most of them, they didn't have a choice.
They all have choices. They all have choices. Every single Transformer movie, they had choices. Whether it's bad or not, they had choices.
Because
What are
okay,
you
but
talking about here?
I'm back.
set
Shia
up
LaBeouf
better.
in the third one said he wanted to go to school and not bother with this Transformer stuff anymore, and he still ended up doing it. So what are we talking about?
No. Because in that was second in the third movie, he accepted, being away from the Autobots, but he started missing being a part of something bigger, and that was working with the Autobots. That's why
Meaning he had a choice, right? Meaning he had a choice. So that's what I'm trying to explain to you.
But
he had a choice. And Optimus Prime could have said, "No, we don't need you," but he still put these guys in danger. What are we talking about here?
That's why Sam is a character. He gets evolved and he goes from this kid that's scared of this situation. He's scared of even attempting this, and through the curiosity and Bumblebee helping him out, he wants to join this adventure because there's something so much more bigger to it. Then by the time you get the third movie,
a choice, right?
Yes,
okay.
But his choices was built up better than Noah's. I have no issue with Noah wanting to protect the world, but Noah as the character.
But what I'm trying to explain to you is there are movies where he had choices where he didn't need to be there because he's like, oh, the choices are different. I'm like, that's not true because you had, and the Transformers been putting these guys in dangers when they could have said, we don't need you on this one.
But I'm not saying there hasn't been. They couldn't not interact. Bumblebee had to find a way to even interact with Sam to get the glasses. That's why he had to work up to it. And that's why in the first movie, when he's trying to hit on Megan Fox's character, he's helping him out. He's literally taking the car to that little tree where he can talk to her and shit. He's trying to warm him up, work. It's like, hey, I'm trying to help you out.
Yeah.
And then by time Barricade comes to attack them, Bumblebee has to reveal himself, and then through Bumblebee protecting them. At that point, I would listen too. Like, you just helped me out. What's up? You saved me from this thing that tried to take my life.
Yeah,
it was built up better. Honestly, that's way better.
You guys are out of your minds.
I'm not saying there has been similar. What I was saying is, the build up and the paths were completely different. In this one, I didn't feel much from it. It felt a little.
Right. I would just not engage with Noah like that.
Okay.
If it was
because you're not engaged with it, right? That's what I'm saying. But you can't say it's different than the other things when they do the exact same fucking things.
It's the same thing but done differently, so it can be called different. But so I'm not saying there aren't ones that could be considered as bad like that as well. Again, the little girl one you brought up, I didn't disagree with that one, and I'm also not disagreeing with the fucking Megan Fox one. Fucking hate that bitch character. But it doesn't change the fact that
Megan
this one was
Fox
done poorly as well.
Megan Fox, the girl that replaced him, right? Even in that one, Shia LaBeouf doesn't need to be there. They just put them in there because they're there. They don't need to be there.
The path they got there was a lot better, though.
No, it wasn't.
Better, so it made a bit more sense. Yeah,
no, they didn't. No, they didn't. Well, how did they build it up in this in the third one? They didn't. He didn't need to be there. The second one, he didn't need to be there. There was no good build up in those movies. What are we talking about?
That's right. It was built. It's an arc. It was built up since the first movie. I'm talking about for this first movie. Noah had no good reason to be a part of this story. Sam did. Noah didn't. Now, if people like Noah more, that's fine. But I want the characters to have to, be part of the plot, actually work. Noah didn't. Dominique Fishback, if it was her, I guarantee you this movie would have made the story much better. If it was just Dominique.
Noah being there fit 100%. 100%. Shia LaBeouf,
they built it up poorly.
Not. You guys just are slandering Shia. You're some Shia haters. Look, I know Shia been doing some crazy shit.
But you have Cole agreeing with you, so that doesn't say much because we already know about Cole.
That says a lot.
So, it really does not.
Listen, I'm sorry that I don't really like this franchise that is just made for.
I don't like it either. But at the same time, we know how you think about these things, so that don't make no sense to me.
Why? Because I think more than just the storyline and characters.
No. Your taste is very suspect.
What film is very suspect that I either liked or disliked?
I can't think about it. We've talked about it many times, so I don't even have to.
Hey, I
bring
mean,
it up.
Spider-Man 3 wasn't that bad.
It wasn't.
Okay, there, agreed there. Let's see. What was a film that you said was fire? Let's try to think. I mean, you did like
No Way Home.
No Way Home. Why did you like or dislike it?
I like No Way Home.
Yeah, I think it was solid. It had a lot of issues, but it was solid.
You didn't like No Way Home. Stop it.
I liked it. Again, the writing is trash, and there's a lot of flaws.
Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, that was solid. That was good.
Oh my God, this guy is lying his ass off right now.
I said it was good.
No, stop it, because you've been trashing that movie, and I'd have to go back and look.
Yeah, I trashed issues in it. Overall, though, I like it.
Movie. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, no, I always said overall that's the best one they made. During that time, one good one.
You were out of your mind. Anyways, you closing up soon, K-Dot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that the MCU stuff in it is terrible, but the Sam Raimi stuff is
Black Adam.
Amazing. Because it's fucking terrible. What do you mean?
See, there you go. Black Adam is not terrible.
Cinematography is generic trash. Filmmaking's trash.
Acting's trash. It's okay action movie.
The best stuff was the best stuff was Hawkman and him, but whatever his name is. Is that his name?
That's what
outside of that, it's just like what the other actors trash. It was like fucking mini like demon whatever they were called is fucking trash.
Yeah, rest my case.
His motive's trash. Dwayne Johnson was trash in it.
Yeah,
editing's trash. Music is trash. Like what do you want me to say?
I rest my case.
But I mean, most of the world agrees with me, so I don't know what you mean.
Not necessarily. K-Dot just said it wasn't bad. Nerdman says it's not bad. Danny says it's not bad. So
there's more to the world than you guys.
You damn right. But in our little circles, you're the only one that says that.
You're gonna close it up in 5 minutes, guys.
And you know what? I'm cool with that because I'm the CEO of the best opinions. So maybe your little circle, maybe you just aren't a part of my, of my business.
I know jaded fanboys always gets on you because of your A24 love, and he's right about that.
No, he's wrong. I just talk about the ones from there that I like.
No, he's right.
There's some there's some
of course masterpieces, right? Yeah, you see,
they made some like amazing films, so that's why I like them. But so and I talk about the amazing films, but they've made a lot of failed ones as well that I just don't talk about.
Absolutely correct, but it's okay.
Like, come on, half of their films are pretty mad.
And I'm agreeing with Jaded, and that's bad. If I gotta agree with Jaded over you, whew.
Hey, come on now, though. You're only listening to the ones I like, though. There's many from them I don't like.
Well, I never hear you talk about the ones you don't like. You always talk about all these fucking amazing ones.
Because nobody has seen them. I doubt anybody has seen them.
Because ain't nobody want to watch those crappy ass movies.
Well, no, a lot of people do. Well, no, a lot of people do. It's just in this circle, you guys mainly watch.
No, a lot of people don't.
No, it's just mainly in this circle. You guys like the big blockbusters and comic book movies and action films.
How good has the last A24 movie did in theaters?
Beau's Afraid. Yeah, I predicted that failing, and it did because it wasn't.
Hey, A24. They got their thing going on, so.
No, they usually do good in theaters for an indie, company. But Beau's Afraid is a good film, but it was like made for like
Dominic Fishback.
One to see, so.
Exactly, Terrence. 100%. 100%, Terrence. I agree with you. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just this cool guy. So that's why you can't take his opinions for anything.
You guys just listen. You went into Black Adam wanting mindless fun and like some badass moments, and there were some stuff like that. All around it though was poorly made filmmaking, technical aspects, acting, and all that stuff. Yeah, really, what was that fucker's name? Like Noah Centino, whatever his name is, and fucking. And then that one fucking bitch who played that one character, like they were fucking terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And that kid had no reason to be with Black Adam. That was stupid. It's like, it's like they were trying to do some fucking Shazam shit, but they forgot to fund it.
Rest my case.
Wait, the kid?
Yeah, no point to be in Black Adam.
About Cole's takes in movies. I rest my case.
Oh, you didn't like
I mean,
Shazam?
okay, the mom that gave him, refuge obviously made more sense to be in the story. The son, I mean, he was just there because he was curious about superheroes and stuff. He's a nerd.
It was stupid. He had no.
I understand why he was there. He was a little nerdy freaking kid. Now, mind you, he annoyed me in some parts, but I understood why he was trying to be so close to Tef Adam.
It was dumb. All right, Shazam did it well.
It's Shazam. There we go. I rest my case.
Yeah, well, you don't like Shazam because of mainly one reason, but it's a well-made film, so
Yeah, of course it is.
Well, it is. What do you want me to say?
It's not.
Shazam did it. Shazam was basically the MCU film, but done properly.
Shazam was not better than Black Adam.
Shazam 1 or 2?
Yes, it was.
Both of them.
Oh, Shazam 1, 2 better than Black Adam.
No, it's not.
Way better.
No, it's not.
You're comparing good films to a terrible film.
It's not. It's not better than Black Adam. Absolutely not.
How? It's actually
in every way.
Well acted.
It's
good acting.
Well acted. Are you saying
Yes.
Zachary Levi was well acted? Are you in that movie?
Yeah, for the character.
I mean, he was way better than Black Adam. He was way better.
Absolutely
yes, he fit the character actually.
No, he did not.
Because
he
did transform more. Like The Rock, he could have done the accent. He could have done a little bit more.
Yeah, he didn't do anything. Yeah,
He just,
I don't like Zachary Levi, but
didn't do shit either.
No,
He
I
did.
don't like Zachary Levi and anything
Every
else,
time,
but-
and you can go and look at the memes where he's supposed to have a fucking like mean face and it looks like he's taking a shit.
Yeah, because he's a kid.
No, not as a kid, as an adult. Zachary Levi.
But he's a kid cosplaying as an adult, though.
So what? As a kid, you didn't have a mean face as a kid.
Yeah, had a mean face. Well, it depends what age we talking. Like
the age of Billy Batson.
Well, he was 17. I mean,
of course, right.
To be fair, I don't take a lot of kids serious with mean faces. I kind of laugh at them. So.
Yeah, now, but not when you were that age.
But I imagine people didn't take me. Other kids probably took me serious, but like
my point is his acting when he's supposed to look like he's mad, he more looks like he's taking a shit. He doesn't look like he's mad. He looks like he's taking a shit. It's horrible. Zachary Levi is horrible.
Nah, he was good. He was good.
No, he was good in it.
There
were some moments where he could have done a better job, but overall he was good. Dwayne Johnson literally just played himself, and he played himself, and he was just fucking generic as hell.
He was horrible. He was better than fucking Zachary Levi, that's for sure.
No, he was garbage. Zachary Levi actually embraced the character and fit the role. And then the story
did not fit the role.
Yeah, and then the story is miles better than Black Adam. It was actually a real story. Yeah, with the great writing. Yeah, all the supporting characters were fantastic.
I rest my case, guys.
But all the supporting characters were fantastic, and they actually had a point to be there, unlike Black Adam's supporting characters.
He actually said that Shazam was better than all of the MCU movies. Just remember that.
It is. Shazam is better than a lot of the MCU movies.
No, it's not. No,
it is. Even Terrence
Shazam
it's not even
better than.
It's not even better than Eternals.
Now, I got it ready. I can list them.
It's not even better than Eternals.
Shazam's better than Thor 2, Thor 3, Eternals, Guardians 2, Ant-Man 2, Ant-Man 3, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3 is way better than Ant-Man 2. It's better than Avengers 2. It's better than the Homecoming. It's better than Far From Home.
Say the ones that it isn't better than, because it's a very short list.
Yeah, it's not better than a Winter Soldier. It's not better than a Civil War. It's not better than I like Black Panther more, the first one, not the second. It's not better than First Avenger, Captain America First Avenger. It's not better than Iron Man 1. It's not better than Avengers 1. It's not better than the best.
It's
I'll
not
say
better.
what it isn't better
It's
than.
not better than. It's
It's
not better than. No. I'll go with what it's better than, and I'll be honest on this one. It's better than Eternals. It's better than Love and Thunder. It's better than Ragnarok.
Why'd you pick all the trash ones, Alonzo? You try
And
to
that's it.
you
That's
downplay
it. That's it.
I'll say
That's
it
it.
isn't better. It isn't better than Iron Man 1. It isn't
agree.
better than Civil War. It isn't. It's about the same as Winter Soldier.
I would say out of all the best Marvel movies, it's up there with the best. It's not.
So wait, Shazam is better than Infinity War?
Yes.
Oh,
and then let's see.
I'm done. I'm done.
It isn't better. It isn't better than Guardians 1 and Guardians 3.
It's better written than Infinity War 2. Less plot hole.
You can close up now. This conversation is over.
No, if we're ranking it,
this conversation is over. I'm not even listening. No, Cole. No, I don't want to hear you no more. I'm done. We can close it up. No, I don't. I do not want to hear you anymore. I am done. I'm good.
Dad.
Alonzo knows we're preaching, but we do gotta get ready to close it up.
Yeah.
Alonzo knows we're preaching.
Remember that. It's fifth or sixth. It would be fifth or sixth if it was in the MCU.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. It's not even top 15.
Okay. Okay, and the Suicide Squad is better than every MCU film.
The Suicide Squad is better than Shazam.
They're about the same.
I like Shazam more. I like Shazam more.
The Suicide Squad had more dumb moments that dragged it down.
Yeah. Definitely. Rise of the. This would be like this Transformers movie would be probably number 3 in the MCU overall. Rise of the Beasts.
Okay, let's be honest. The Last Night would be better than every MCU film.
Whoa, I won't go that far because I hate Last Night. I won't go that far.
Yeah, but it's still better than every MCU film.
It's better.
And the minute Nerd Man comes in, Cole kicks it up another level. Of course. Here we go.
Facts. The Batman over MCU. Man's read a lot of Marvel movies.
It has less plot holes than Infinity War.
Agree. It do. Or look on its own, it's a good superhero team up movie, but as a film, Shazam is it's less convoluted.
DC is bollocks. Shazam is bollocks. The Suicide Squad is rubbish.
Thank you, Chillmonger in the house. Thank you, Chill. Big respect to that one, brother. Thank you.
Wait,
I just got one thing to say to all that MCU nonsense.
Fuck out of here, boy. Get that weak shit out of here.
Yeah, that's what happens when you watch too many MCU films.
Chill came in here, dropped a dime, and bounced, my man.
No. Don't let him back on here again. The truth is that Shazam Fury of the Gods is better than like every MCU movie.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up.
It is. I heard him preaching and I just had to come on, bro.
Yeah, I know you did.
But the Hulk as well, that Incredible Hulk from back in the day is probably I'm telling you, that's top 6 MCU.
I mean, it has issues, but I will say the musical score in the Incredible Hulk is better than any other MCU film score, probably.
That's actual facts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Onzo, just take the L, bro.
I'm not even listening to you fucking dudes. I just block your shit out because that is absolute fucking horrible garbage. And
what's your favorite MCU film again?
Proving my point. It's Infinity War.
Oh, it's Infinity War.
I mean,
for a while it was like one top 3 for me, but I still like it. But there are issues with it. The more I think about it,
I don't like the anti-globalist propaganda.
Nobody cares what you like, nerd man.
Yeah. And I hate these roundies out here, all right, trying to say the Earth isn't flat.
And if nobody cares what nerd man says, they don't even hear Cole, all right? Like
Just
that's like
advocating like anti-environmental, like the carbon footprint on that movie, bro. It's fucking epic.
you guys are gonna make me shoot myself. For real, because I'd rather be dead than to listen to this torture that I'm listening to right now. Oh my god!
Well, I mean, so you said your favorite film is your Spider-Verse.
Also, real quick, this is why they got to introduce to Fast and Furious, man. Stuff like this.
Oh Lord!
Look at what Donald's
seen.
Yeah, this
is the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
Dumbest shit ever.
This is kind of tight. I ain't gonna lie. It's nonsense.
Alive after this.
Yeah, they should have burnt up like a crisp, like fucking
nitrous. Look, they activated nitrous, burned out all the flames. Yeah.
Yeah, no. If that was possible, then Paul Walker would still be alive. All right.
Oh shit!
Oh my goodness. My God.
He always takes it a step too far.
Why are we listening to Cole? Why is he? Why does?
Yeah, I mean,
I used to say, why do we platform Nerdman? Now I gotta say, why do we platform Cole? Like, why? Why do we do this to ourselves?
I mean, have you seen Rye Lane this year, though, Alonso?
Who?
Rye Lane.
Nope.
Have you not seen that film?
Nope.
Oh, you should check it out. It's great. Look it up.
If you said it's great, I don't want to watch it.
No, look it up. It's great. That's the title. Like, I'm not usually into those films, but that was great.
I don't want to watch it if you said it's good. Hold on, let me look it up, and I'll tell you if I want to watch it or not. What's it on? What streaming service is it on?
It might be on Netflix. I don't remember though.
All right, you guys, we do got to get ready to end this. Any final thoughts y'all want to say real quick regarding?
Yeah, I got one.
My best viewing ever of a MCU movie was Shang-Chi, because I walked out like 3/4 of the way through it. So that was the most enjoyable. Mainly when I left, because I got some McD's and whatever, chill.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got one last thing to say. The three here on this panel are idiots. All right. Do not listen to anything that the three here on this planet have to say. And just so you know who I'm talking about SSJ K Dot. I'm talking about Hot Takes Tuesday and Cole. These guys do not make any sense. They are GC shills and will tell you that Shazam Gods of the Fury is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Don't listen.
Oh, it's good.
Do not poison your minds with this bullshit. Don't do it.
That's reaching high, bro, for the MCU. I was talking more about what is it called again? Transformers Beasts or whatever. Beast.
Yeah,
that movie's peak in comparison to fucking.
Yeah.
Better than Thor 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's facts.
That's true.
Cole, stop sucking Nerdman's dick. Like right now, stop doing it. Because everything Nerdman is saying, you're like, yeah. Get off his cock. All right? Get off of it.
But Nerdman spits the facts, and that's all there is to it.
This panel is the 4 dark horsemen of cinema. You guys want to make sure.
Unless you mean like the shadow over my white hood.
Hold on. You guys make sure y'all check out Big and Forward Entertainment. Check out Hot Takes Tuesday, the Nerdman. Today we won't be doing Superhero Day because I got to pick up my parents in the airport.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, got to pick up my parents in the airport. But Nerdman, we should at least, if we can, try and do like a comic stream.
Oh yeah,
talk about those comics, because I don't think I'll have time to watch the movie, but we can definitely talk about those comics.
Yeah, we could do that. The actual comic fans, as opposed to this faker up in the
It's better you talk about comics than movies because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about when it comes to
You know what? You look at you. The only thing you know about
stick to the kiddie comic books. That's more you guys lame.
Yeah. Anyway, to the loudest typer in on YouTube, do people get annoyed at work when you're typing?
Hey, but we're about to get ready to go. Thank you all for watching. Transformers: Rise of the Beast, below
10 out of
average.
10.
Nothing more than that. Haters will try to preach and tell you that it's a 10 out of 10, but the realists will tell you this is a 2 out of 10.
Surely haters would be the opposite, right?
That's a little too harsh. Maybe like a 4 out of 10.
My haters is gonna keep on telling me it's 10 out of 10.
I'll tell you, this is a solid 4 Transformers movie and probably the highest rating for a Transformers movie. I'm not sure because I haven't watched them all, but it's a 6.
Transformers 1 has a higher critics rating on the Rotten
It's a good movie.
7.5.
Yeah,
I mean, like a 4.
It's in the top 4 Transformers movies. The original movie, Transformers 1, 3, and this one.
No, it's better. It's better than all of them.
It's in the top. It's in the top 3, and all 3 of them are like a 4 out of 10.
It's better than all of them. It's number 1. It's the best one.
The best one,
yeah. It's the best.
Yeah. Anyway, I can't wait after this to watch a real film that isn't just trying to sell toys. Just like the Disney live action films at a garbage Mario film. I can't wait to watch a real film after this.
Yeah, which will be The Little Mermaid. Cole's gonna go watch The Little Mermaid after this. Real
I already saw that.
I'm about to go watch some real stuff, some Attack on Titan or whatever, because it's better than Transformers. Thank y'all for watching. That peace, love, positivity, and all that jazz. Done the drugs, and like I always say, deuces. Rise of the Beast sucks. DC's better.
DC is the worst comic franchise ever.
Damn lie.
Better than the MCU.
What did you do?